Champ, what it do?
What's going on, bro?
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Shit, how y'all doing? Hey, Danny had jokes yesterday morning. Y'all talking about something. Y'all need a female for me to get on and all the bullshit.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Hey,
You know what's funny though, champ? That really applied to so many people that it ain't even. I could show you text message, man. That applied to
listen, it's crazy
man.
because listen,
And I be
Ness is my.
joking, but it's like, nah, bro. I don't do interviews, and I see you do an interview with, a
Nah,
beautiful lady,
like Ness
which
is
is
like
cool.
real talk. Ness is my witness. Like I remember, like when I first went pro, Ness is like real talk. One of like the first dudes that really, what I'm saying, put me on a platform for me to speak my voice. So I always, I always try to show love back. You know what I mean? But I love y'all show anyway, man.
Nah, for
I just
sure. It's all talk, man. You was one of the fighters that I genuinely had a lot of love for and genuinely rooted for just because it was like your story, bro. Like
yeah.
I was watching you fight while I'm in Afghanistan. That shit, so it's like I can relate different. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm trying to get a boxing workout in, and he was able to become a world champ. Like, I was there when you fought Darius Miller, and this was before I stepped into the media space. I was there as a
Right.
fan. So, you've been one of the guys for sure, champ. How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I just like to say I love what y'all do, man. I look at all the comments, even when they be trying to come at me sideways, but like it just me. It motivates me because like Ness can tell you best, man. Listen. Nobody expected me to do much of anything in the sport. You know what I mean? Like same thing you said. Like I was in Iraq. I never forget. I was watching literally Floyd versus Oscar in Iraq. You know what I mean? And
On
that was
AFN?
motivating. Yeah, yep. That motivated me to get back. You know what I'm saying? To get back to the states and get back to the gym. And since then, I just been going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I had you on since the passing of Mike Stafford, man. I just wanted to, give you an opportunity to say a few words. I had obviously the opportunity to meet him, and he
Right.
just always treated me great. No matter how much Broner hated me, Mike never cut me loose. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Mike always been a real one, man. Like I said, a lot of people don't know because I know people that like yesterday when y'all did the spoke with Tevin and everything. I seen the comments. Everybody was like, "Didn't he retire? Didn't retire?" But when I came back in November, this past November, I dedicated that fight to what I'm saying to Mike Stafford because, like I said, Mike always been a good dude and he always showed everybody love. So I just wanted to do something in his honor. So I dedicated that last victory to Mike. But yeah, Mike, like I said, Mike speaks to everybody, shows everybody love, man. As long as you show him love, don't care if you got any issues or his fighter got issues with you or whatever. Mike was his own person, and you know what I'm saying. He was always a good dude. So rest in peace to Mike Stafford.
How is it for you now in retrospect, man? I mean, starting out, it was such a big clique of like Ohio fighters, and pretty much all of you've been able to become world champ. Like Rashid Warren became a world champ, Adrian
Right.
Broner, Robert Easter,
Yeah, Bunny.
yourself. I don't even know that I'm missing anyone from that clique that you used to be with, where you spent time with Mike. Then you would go with over to Barry Hunters. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, just how's that feel for you? Being able to become a world champ, but not just you, but the guys you kind of came up with also were able to, meet their wishes, make them come true.
Oh no, it was a great feeling, man. Like I'm still close to those guys. I was just in the gym yesterday, and I still Rashid. He's training the younger generation now. I mean, he still wants to stay in it, but like he's been doing a real good job training. The amateurs. I think they're going to the Silver Gloves tournament right now. He's going to be leading. He's one of the head coaches in Mike Stafford's honor. So I think he's finding his new niche with that. I see Bunny down in Florida getting back into it. I still speak with AB. I see so he's in the gym now, whatever, trying to get back into it as well. But it was a good time. It was a good time, what I'm saying then. And like I said, I still try to stay close with those guys even to this day. And I wish them all the best. Including AB.
What you think of this new up and coming generation out of Ohio? I mean, you got guys like Jared Anderson, you got guys like Albert Bell, you even
Right.
got some youngins over on the top rank side, like out of Cleveland and whatnot. I mean, shit, Alicia
It's a
Bumgarner,
lot. It's a
Alicia
lot.
Bumgarner from
Yeah.
Ohio. So
I
O'Shea
think, like I said, my
O'Shea
man.
Jones for sure. Charles Conwell, even though I know he can't, seem to get the fight, but he's been doing his thing as well.
Tiger Johnson,
sure.
Dante
Tiger, my man,
Benjamin.
Tiger Abdullah, the Mason
The
family.
Mason family.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of all them those dudes. Like I said, I've known Tiger. Like I said, I met him in Colorado Springs when he was on Team USA, and we did some sparring together. Abdullah Mason. When I was getting ready to fight Shakur, Shakur had him in the camp to emulate, emulate me a bit. So, I always show respect to that family, whatever. And they still show me love to this day. Jared's a cool dude. Arabelle is making his, making noise and getting, making his waves, and right now boxing, being a mandatory at the WBO. So, Ohio always had, good talent, right? And even right now in my situation, I spoke to Lou DiBella not too long ago, after my last fight, and I was even wanting to put on I wanted to headline a card in Cincinnati to show love to Ohio and the up and coming, younger generation of fighters inside of Cincinnati, Ohio now, to give them some spotlight for the world to see. So, like I said, Ohio's always been good to me, so I'm also gonna have love for Ohio.
So, Champ, I mean, what's buzzing right now, obviously, is you and Tevin. He's making a push. He just got a new manager from, overseas that's doing a lot of business in Dubai. What's your thoughts, man? How realistic is that? Because I know you and Lou DiBella obviously have a fight plan and trajectory for 2024. Does Tevin fit into that?
I mean, yeah, anything's possible, man. Anything's possible. Like Tevin was at my last fight in November. He was there. Like, I remember after I had knocked the kid out, whatever. When I did the interview, the dude was saying, he was my guy out there in New York. He was just saying that Tevin was there to call me out, and I didn't shy from it. You know what I'm saying? I said if it makes sense, and it is what it is. We're both former world champions. Like Tevin said, we're both pretty much in the same situation in terms of getting back, coming back into real title contention. Like I said, I got the ring. We dapped up, whatever. We spoke a bit, and we said, hey, if whenever the time permits and it makes sense or whatever, we can make it happen. So it's no thing. And like I said, y'all know me, man. I've never shied away from everything, even though people should still come at me about the Shakur fight, but sometimes I feel like that's wrong with boxing now. It's like when you do take a risk and you come up short, it's an issue. But then I see guys on y'all shows, then they get on y'all shows and tell y'all why they don't want to fight this and that person. And I believe it's because a lot of fighters don't want to take risks because they fear the scrutiny of the public. But for me, I mean, I look at it like this.
It's
like,
that the public is unfair, Champ. It's like they like, oh, Jamel's ducking Shakur. Oh, Jamel ain't put up a good fight with Shakur. It's like you can't have them both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't.
I talk about that because every Sunday we do a show, and that's right after the fight. So you get the Monday morning quarterbacks, and it's like he should have did this, he should have did that. Why he ain't do this? You never get a motherfucker like, man, salute to so and so. He took the fight. You know what I mean?
Now you know what it is. Like I said, I don't like. For me, what was that? We in 2024 now, so like that was what 2021. Like what I mean. So it don't really bother me, but it's like it's funny. Like I'm like, man, out of all my fights, that's the only fight y'all really want to point out. You know what I mean? At that time, like but I get it. But again, like I mean, they can say if they want about that, but like I never made any excuses when that fight came about. And like I said, I remember like they was putting the pressure on me after I beat Frampton. Like the minute never forget, the minute I got back from Dubai, Monday morning, you know what I'm saying, I had like his lawyers saying like I had 30 days to make a decision if I was gonna fight Shakur or vacate. And like I said, again, with boxing, I'm not vacating nothing because you already know they're gonna label you as. I'm not vacating nothing. So I'm gonna just like I'm gonna be a man about mine. So it took me about a few days, to be like, hey, make the fight. As long as it's fair at the negotiating table, make the fight. Like I didn't care about none of that. But again, we just seen recently, despite what y'all may think about, what people may think about his last fight, it took how many people that was like wasn't willing to fight him because of all of his past victories and something. I mean, even now, they might, I still don't see nobody still jump up to fight him now. Because, like I said, you could say that his last fight was boring or this and then the third, but at the end of the day, who's beating him? Who's beating him? You know what I mean? At least in that weight category, like who's really thinks confident about beating him. But again, That's just me. Like I don't like I said, I'm still the same fighter. Like I'm not gonna duck and run from nobody even after that fight. I just think it's just a learning experience for me.
Let me ask you, were you at all surprised? Because you've trained with him at B&B. So it's like before
Right.
fighting him, you've trained with him. Did you ever see shades of what we saw versus De Los
No,
Santos?
no. You know what it was? I took, and I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I ain't got no reason to lie. Like, it is what it is. But like, I took the wrong approach with that fight because again, I feel like it's happening now. What I mean by that is, I seen his performance in the Nakatilia fight. You know what I mean? About him constant moving around. So I thought if you guys watch, because you guys know me. Usually I'm the boxer as well. But I thought in my mind, what I'm saying, in that camp, if I just continue pushing forward and pressing him, I would get to him. But he wasn't being phased by it, and that's when I had got cut up and everything, trying to take an unnecessary punishment to try to get to him. So I just had like the wrong approach with that fight, and he actually surprised me a lot. You know what I mean? And I think we're probably gonna see shades of that in his next fight because again, a lot of people didn't feel how he liked, or a lot of people didn't like how he looked in his last fight. So I feel like with him, he has a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to try to implement the same thing that me and him went through. Like in terms of the media was dogging on for the Nakatilia fight, and then the next fight was me, and we see how that played out. So again, I think I just took him for granted, and in terms of what he can do. And I thought he was going to try to just run, but again, he stood his ground and he fought. So I commend him for that. But that was on me. I came in there with the wrong game plan, and I paid for it. But it is what it is. It's just like I said, it's boxing, it's a learning experience. Like it's whatever.
But were you surprised to watch that De Los Santos Shakur fight play
Yeah,
out the way that it
yeah,
did?
yeah. Because I think we seen how he looked in the what was it? Yoshino was a dude. The Japanese fight. And it seemed like I thought like with the new weight class of being at 135, like say same thing we seen with Devin at 140 type thing. Like Devin held his ground, and what I'm saying, and seemed like the weight, saying he was a lot stronger because he didn't have to cut so much. So I thought I seen the same thing with Yoshina. Like he went up to 135, he stopped the dude, and the dude was trying. Even from when he fought Consejo, he was pushing forward and was going to step into these guys. So I thought we were seeing a whole new Shakur in terms of like, yeah, he's stepping the guys now. So yeah, I was surprised to see. So I thought like again, I'm telling people, okay, man, let him get like 3 rounds in to learn his distance and space and timing with this guy, and he's gonna go from there. But yeah, I was surprised to see how it played out. And again, I know, but I know, like I say, he's probably has a chip on his shoulder. So we have to see what he does next. But I guess I was surprised to see how he fought that fight.
I gotta ask you, because you now commentate, you're doing a fantastic job. Congratulations on
Thank you.
all the jobs that you've been able to get doing that. But do you not use the word tune-up as a commentator, and as a fighter, is it offensive?
No, I don't like to use it. I don't like to use it because again, I think it's more offensive to the opponent. You know what I mean? Like to the opponent, that could be like their golden ticket, and you really can't. You really can, when you have that tune-up mindset. That's how you perform. Like you performing in like I tell like you're sparring. Like you don't really do what you're supposed to be doing in there. Like for me, like even my last fight, I know they wanted me to like to really. They actually like Lou and them actually gave me they want me to fight the kid. They wanted me to fight at first the kid. Y'all probably know him. What's his name? His nickname is Pork Chop. But I didn't think that was gonna do much for me.
Is he
Kid from
Puerto
California.
Rican?
I know. I think he's from Cali. He's from out there training in Cali, and I know he's trained with He used to train with Robert Garcia and them guys out there. His nickname is Pork Chop, whatever. But I didn't want that fight because I was looking at the record and I know how boxing works. It's like, yo, you come back and you fight a guy like that, and they don't no respect to him. But it's like no one's gonna take you seriously as if you're taking it seriously if you're getting back into the title. So I was like, yo, give me somebody that's at least with a better record on paper and younger, whatever y'all gotta do to like so I could show that like I still got, something still left in me. And they came across a kid that was undefeated, whatever, 23 years old, and that's what I took. And so I put him out in the first round. Granted, he wasn't no world beater or nothing like that, but again, for boxing, image is everything. If I feel like if I come back fighting a guy with a losing record, it doesn't do much for me, and it doesn't do much for my own confidence.
Yeah, I found him, Alejandro Guerrero, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was certainly
I
coming
know.
off
I
a
think I
lot
know
of
he fought when I.
losses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't gonna do it. It's gonna like and I get it. He's gonna come forward and yada 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 whatever. But at the same time, I feel like nobody was gonna want to see that. That's just me. So I was like, just give me somebody that's at least coming up hungry, a winning record and go from there. And I always been like that. I like my last 3 fights been undefeated fighters. Shakur, Jamel Ortiz at the time, and then what I'm saying, and then the kid I just fought in November. So despite what anybody thinks, I'm not trying to take the easy road for nobody.
Well, you brought up Jermaine Ortiz. His fight just got announced officially today
Yup.
versus Teofimo Lopez. How do you think that plays out?
A
Two
lot of people
guys.
don't know that. Like a lot of people don't know that. My management, we helped make that fight in
Mm.
Jermaine's favor. In Jermaine's favor. Like I said, again, it's like I mean, like I said, I came to Jermaine over a year ago, and I remember he felt like he's staying busy enough. So of course, I'm cool with Top Rank. I ain't got no beef with Jermaine. Jermaine's a good dude. He's a good dude. He's a good fighter, and we just basically want to help advise him, and get the fight done. So. Like I said, I speak with his promoter Jimmy all the time. Jimmy, shout out to Jimmy Bradford. I'm saying Jimmy's cool. Shout out to my guy, JC. He's actually been speaking with Jermaine a lot about, helping him at the negotiating table. So, and again, I don't have, like I said, I think it's a good fight. Teofimo, that's my guy too. Like Teofimo was like the only guy that really came out to my last fight to show support. So, me, I just been, quiet and neutral about the situation. Like again, it's business, but I think it's a good fight, and I'm happy to see both of those individuals get back in the ring.
Champ.
So to be clear, your management company made this fight.
Yes.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, and that's what I like to say. So one thing for me, I just want to. I got into that type of business because we all see how some fighters get treated, and what I'm saying, and dealt with. Like for me, it's not so much big on the money or how much I can get out of you. Like I really, you know what I'm saying, I really just want to see. I think like my thing is this: the bigger the fight, the money's gonna be there anyway. The bigger the fight, so the money's gonna be there. But you gotta just groom fighters the right way and help them get to where they want to get to. You know what I mean? But again, yeah, I mean, me and Jermaine, we're real cool now. Like I said, I check up on him. Like, hey, how's training camp going, champ? He right now he's going back. He's out here on the East Coast, what I'm saying, doing this thing, and he understands that there's a big opportunity, what I'm saying, at hand with this fight. So again, same thing, what I'm saying, Tio. I haven't spoken to Tio since that my last fight because I don't want to I don't want to have conflict of interest type thing. So, but again, what I'm saying, Tio's my dude too. What I'm saying, he came out, showed me love. We went out that same night, and what I'm saying, he just happy to see me back. So, like I said, the best of luck to both of those dudes.
What's the name of? I'm sorry, Danny. What's the name of your management company?
First to fight. First to fight. Like I said, Jerry Casares and I, we try to work with a lot of fighters, especially underdog fighters, because y'all guys, even though I was an Olympian, y'all still know my story. Like nobody didn't really give me much of anything, doing anything. So like I just try to put kids in a better position. Like Michael Gamble, he's fighting. We got him on Pro Box still. He's fighting on Pro Box. I think on the 24th of this month. Micaiah Krebs, I had put her on my card in November, to give her some spotlight, and hopefully in this new year, in this upcoming year, well, this year she could compete for a world title. So again, I'm saying I just want to just put fighters in a position to better themselves and to better their and take care of their families.
Champ, wanted to ask something that you and I discussed during, or at least earlier in your career, and something that I still want to see done. Maybe now you can make happen from the other side, either fighter or manager. But is a fight happening on the military installation?
Been trying that, man. I was supposed to do what Tyree was. They actually been trying to do it, but you know how it goes, bro. It's not so much of them trying to get it done. It's whoever is controlling the base at that time, and if they want to allow it to happen, then they have a lot of rules and stipulations. Like they'll make I know we just gonna do it on the installation when I fought Lamont. And I get to that fight again because I heard that fight, the a possible rematch coming up with that fight. But we are supposed to do it when I fought Lamont. But it was more so much of in like this was the issue happened where they was gonna allow it, but then they was gonna say because the whole thing with MCCS or whatever. they wouldn't allow Top Rank to sell tickets. And, a promoter at the end of the day, they got to get theirs, from tickets and everything. So that was the issue. Like, they would do it, but it would have to be like free to like the military service men and women. So they went from doing it to doing it like off or outside of a base, to allow them to sell tickets. So it came down to the business aspect. Like,
Right.
listen, if we can't sell tickets, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna just give up free money. So that was the whole issue with that. But it all depends on the
It's
base and the base general.
it's all on the network because, bro, I'm sure you've seen how many fucking games don't take
Yeah.
place on naval ships or you get what I'm saying, on installations. Yeah, it is all military, but the network paying for it. Like, somebody
Yeah, we
paying
know
for
that,
it.
but boxing times is a poor man's sport.
Hell yeah.
So they're gonna try to get every nickel and dime they can out of. But again, I'm gonna still try to push for it because I've seen it done when I was in the service. I seen it done in Canelo and Jr on the East Coast. So I seen it done, with ESPN at that. So I get that. But again, I think it came down with Top Rank. Like, listen, we need to get some more bread out of it. So it came down to that whole situation was like they wouldn't allow them to sell tickets, whatever.
Real quick before we move past the Tito and Jermaine fight, 2 fights in a row Top Rank does, and I don't even know if it's in a row, but 2 fights in the last few months that Top Rank is doing on a Thursday night. Big weekends in Vegas. Last time it was F1 weekend. This time it's Super Bowl weekend. I personally love it. I
Thank
know
you.
I personally love it. I know that the Shakur fight was like criticized because of the attendance or whatever, but even with that, I think that would have been a different case if there would have been a different opponent in front of him. Like, I think this one does a lot better than the Shakur one simply because it's a competitive fight. Like, on paper, we've seen Jermaine in the big fights. We've seen him on the big stage. People familiar with him. We saw him give Loma a hell of a fight. And we've seen Tio, shine in his last fight. And then, the fights before have questionable performances. So I think that this fight, the fans would be more into it. But just wanted your thoughts.
No, I see a lot of fans. They don't like the whole, like you pointed out, Thursdays, whatever. But like for me, I'm thinking like, if you're a fan of boxing, I think you're gonna tune in. Like, I mean, at one point in time, you see cars on Sunday nights. You know what I mean? But then also you see, like, shout out to Inoue. If we in the States, we got to stay up to like 3, 4 in the morning to see him fight, and you
On a
still see fans.
weekday.
Yeah,
On a
yeah, that's what I'm
Tuesday.
saying. So like, I don't get the whole why people complain at times. Why this fights happen. Like, if you really think it's a good matchup and you're intrigued by it, you're gonna stay up to watch it. You know what I mean? Just like you would stay up to watch. Despite because like it could be late, but again, like if you stay up to watch Monday Night Football, Thursday, Sunday Night Football, yada yada. And again, I know boxing and football have two different popularity bases. At the same time, if people stay up to watch their favorite sport overall, I don't see the issue. As long as like you said, as long as it's a good matchup, I'm gonna tune in.
Man, look, I had my old one of my old heads that passed away. He used to show me fights from the 50s and 60s. They used to do every Wednesday on CBS and ABC. Past Blue Ribbon, the beer, PBR, they used to sponsor it, and they used to do fights every Wednesday. And then you had Gillette Razors. I think they sponsored either Monday night or Friday night fights. But it
Right,
was like you'd have 2 or 3 shows during the week.
right.
You
I
know,
think honestly, I would like to see just more boxing during the week. Period. Like, I mean, to bring back up the popularity. Like I think what was it? USA used to have Tuesday night fights and so on and whatever. So again, I don't get the outrage. But at the end of the day, I see the same people that complain about it. They somehow tune in though. You know what
oh
I mean?
yeah,
Even
you
though
know they're gonna
they'll
tune
complain
in.
about it the next morning, but they was watching it anyway. They still tuned in.
It's like the people like, oh yeah, he ain't no pay-per-view fighter. I stole the pay-per-view. So I'm like, so you still watching?
You still watching though?
You ain't want to pay, but you wanted to watch. I got you. Okay.
Horrible, man. So, Jamel, tell me why management, and why do you think you can do better for fighters than their previous managers?
For starters, I got to point out, I just like to help people. You know what I mean? every fighter that you come across, you know, they don't like, especially like you guys see boxing changing like drastically the landscape. At one point in time, you know, like you had to be an Olympian or somebody with a crazy high amateur, resume to really get to like the big promoters or the big networks like back in the day, HBO and Showtime. But I see so many opportunities now. Like you got Pro Box over here. You got so many different series happening on the Zone. You even Top Rank right now. Top Rank is really not signing anyone like that. Majorly like they working with the fighters they have now, and I think they're heading towards like doing a lot more in-house fights or whatever. But I think like with the
What
landscape
makes
with
you say
this,
that?
like I said, people pushing for Navarrete, Shakur now. We just had Navarrete, Conseil. And I haven't. The Del Santos. So I give them that. I'm not saying that they're doing biased, but it's just easier for them or any like a lot of these promoters to have so many in-house fights. And even so, they'll send some of their fighters to the pro box landscape to keep them busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've seen Kelvin over
What
there.
is the
Yeah.
major? What do you think is the major issue for a top rank to consistently do business the way they did with De Los Santos? Like, why would it not be the right thing to send Frank another offer?
I don't. Sometimes, like I said, with that, and I know, I really don't know. Like, so I really can't speak on for them on that. No. But like I said, again, they said they sent Frank a hell of a good offer. I mean, like I said, especially for his first world title shot. But I
No,
think
no, no,
like,
no. I get that, but I'm saying we've passed that first offer. We fought De Los
right.
Santos. Right now, like you said, Navarrete I'm not interested in that. Like, from a boxing standpoint, Jamel, this is my issue with that fight. You fought a puncher in Nakatilia and you moved. Now you fight a puncher in De Los Santos and it's being frowned upon as one of the worst fights. So it shows you have an issue with power. So now they're going to bring up a dude that don't get knockouts. Yes, he gets stoppages by overwhelming, and he ain't stopping Shakur. He just ain't. That man too sloppy to stop Shakur. Like, Shakur is a compact fighter that's going to counter this dude with them wild shots. If he wins, which Parker won, things happen in boxing, I will congratulate him, but he is going to be a heavy underdog. Let me tell you, he was a 6 plus 675 to lose the dog bag. Then he was another underdog in the rematch to dog bag. Then he was an underdog again to Valdez as a champion. So, like, there's no
that's
way
crazy.
this dude's beating Shakur. I checked it
Yeah,
yesterday.
I ain't get that. I ain't get that. I ain't know he was underdog like that to Valdez, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I think for them, it's about the networks also for ratings. Ratings, people, what I'm saying, he does have
He does. Yeah, they did
he
release
does have a
last
faithful.
year.
He got a faithful base. He does have a faithful. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said again,
But it was like
even
400,000 though. It was like like when he fought on his own, Top Rank released that he was doing like 3s and 400s. I mean, again, you on that side, you on the managerial side
nah.
now. Like, is that considered a lie?
No, it's not. I mean, nah, no. I mean, yeah, but no, it's not. But again, like I said, money talks. Money talks at the end of the day. And again, I feel like even the managers like they know they can get a lot. Like I know, like I said, I see it now. No, I see it now. Like I'm learning now how it really works. A lot of those managers they get a lot on that. They get like some of them get a lot on that back end just like you said from the like Danny pointed out with the networks and they're being mainly involved in things. So and again he does have a faithful base. You know what I mean? I think most of his base left. They said left the last fight, and he was the co-main event, or whatever, and people started leaving after his fight. So again, I'm pretty sure top rank everyone sees that, like and like he does have a loyal base, and despite depending when you put the fight at, like in a Vegas, Texas, California, where it's predominantly saying Mexican base, they're gonna come out regardless, especially people who don't like Shakur. And they how boxing works. They're gonna just everyone feels that this could be that one fight he's gonna have issues or lose to. So Like I said again, it comes down to the ratings and the fan base, and I think that the fight, despite how we may all think about it or feel about it, it's gonna it will sell.
And sell. Whoa, pay-per-view you talking?
I didn't say pay-per-view. I'm just saying
tickets.
to my at the gate and everything like that. I ain't saying
I
nothing.
mean, I've been to
No, I ain't
Navarrete's
gonna-
fights. He definitely brings them out. You get what I'm saying? He bringing his
Yeah.
people out. I think Shakur has his fan base, but like you said, I think that a lot of times, especially in this country, a lot of times, they paying to see you lose.
You lose. That's what I mean. Yeah,
like
they
you
did it with
said,
Floyd.
like, oh man, that's how Floyd did it. You feel me? That like, and
And it's
and
funny,
I say,
I don't want the comment saying, well, Shakur, that we know he's not Floyd, whatever. At the same time, like what Danny and I just saying, like a lot of people will pay to see you lose.
yeah, no, for sure. It's
I am
It's
shocked. I
interesting.
did do 2 polls yesterday, and Navarrete's second. Like, they want Frank more, but Navarrete's second on 2 different platforms. Here on YouTube we got over 187, and on Twitter 20,000. So it's like 41%
That's what I mean.
on Twitter.
What would be the easier fight for Top Rank to make? Would they call back Frank
In-house.
No, and that's what I was saying yesterday, Jamel, because I'm like, look, Frank already turned down the first offer, right? Now, regardless of what you think of Shakur's performance against De Los Santos, he is now
The full champ.
He's now the champ. You feel me? So if anything, Shakur has more leverage, and if anything, the way I look at it is Shakur. If he were to send Frank an offer, it should be less than what it was last time.
But I also think, you the manager. You could tell us how it should be. But I also
he's
feel
gonna want.
that
Listen. Shakur's gonna want the pot. Like I said, the way it works is basically it's a pot at the top of the hill. And now that he's a champion, he's gonna want you have to divvy up that pot. He's gonna want majority of the bulk, and rightfully so, because he is the champion. Like they say,
sure.
And so the more he take, the less Frank, you know what I'm saying, is gonna. And you think just like I said again, despite what anybody thinks about the performance, it's still like fighting and beating him is still
it's
a
2
tall
different
order.
things.
Yeah, it's 2 different things. So like you think for less that Frank and his team, because again, it's a team thing also. The team gonna get paid too.
Well,
You think they're gonna
Jamel,
take-
let's play hypothetical here, because truth be told, after this you should call him. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a manager. During those negotiations, he was seeking out management. I'm not sure now because I lost interest after he didn't take the fight. So I don't know what happened as to whether or not he ended up signing with someone in terms of managerial. But he also sees that he didn't take the fight. He also received the backlash. He also's been on the shelf. So again, you being the manager, bringing him an offer, could a fighter possibly be open to a lesser offer than the first time now that all the circumstances have changed? It's not a vacant title. It's a full title.
I think it's gonna happen. We'll have to have with Frank, like I said again, because no, he's not. If he ain't like the first offer, he's definitely not gonna take less for to come back around, despite how that fight look. So I feel like to offset that, he's gonna have to take another fight to you know what I'm saying, and look really good in that fight, and for people to demand, hey, you know what? Nah, I still want to see that Frank Martin fight. And after he comes off, like I say, like a big win against a notable opponent, then you can go back to the table and be like, listen, my name is still worth something. I'm still worth this. I feel like I still deserve this. Because right now, again, Shakur being the champion, Shakur is gonna want the bigger pot. He's not gonna get the same offer that he was offered the last time around. Because again, that it's not really. It's people still looking at that as, oh well, he ducked the first time, why or whatever. Why would I want to see it this time around anyway? So I feel like on Frank's end, he's gonna have to get back in the ring, get busy again, and start making some noise in the division. But people still believe that he's still a high top caliber lightweight in the division.
If you was his manager, would you seek out the De Los Santos fight to get that fight back with Shakur? Because it's like, if you beat the guy,
you know why? Yes, because you know why? Because if Frank if people feel like Frank even looks slightly better or performs better than how Shakur did against him, people gonna be like, well, listen, Frank did this compared to what he did, what Shakur did with him with the same common opponent. So yeah, and I think that'll be a good fight. I think that'll be a good fight because they both they both, will step to each other. So I think, I would definitely try to make that fight if that was the case.
Now, Senad Becker was offered more money the first time to fight Morrell and still accepted it the second time for this last Showtime fight for less money. Because sometimes I just feel like as a person, right, like you played hardball. You rolled the fucking dice. You tried to negotiate. That offer's gone.
And just want to bring up, this don't mean shit, but after the Shakur fight, Frank Martin tweeted out.
He's fool. He put the plate.
And emoji with the plate. So, like, he fooled. So, it's just like, he might look at it like, fuck it. I fucked up the first time. But I don't see it.
And that's all I'm factoring in.
But
I'm saying, I don't see it either. Because, like I said, again, listen, I look at everything. We all look at everything. As soon as he put that out there, what happened? Everybody jumped on his ass about well, you should have did this and did that. And like I say, again, I don't like, if he feel like that, of course, saying, we haven't, but my thing is, we haven't heard from him since then. Like, we haven't heard from him saying, you know what, let's take, all right, forget it. I'll take the fight. I'll take the fight. We haven't got that. We haven't got that, though.
We really ain't heard too much on that side anyway, so that's why it's like, I just feel like, right now, he just in a bad spot because obviously PBC going over to Amazon Prime, but they ain't actually rolled nothing out. So it's like you probably ain't looking to get back in the ring realistically till late first quarter anyway.
I don't know. I'm following him closely. Homie's in that gym every day.
That's good.
I'm telling you. That's why I said call him, man. He might need – because, look, it's not like we not seeing some PBC fighters. We seen Jared Hurd off TV card. We seen what's the other dude? Marciago. Here in LA, off TV card, like Wilder fought on Dazn. Like, you ain't gotta sit around and fucking wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, last report we had was Amazon's first date is March. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a long time.
Nah,
that's exactly what I just said.
For me, like I say, I know, like I say, he's cool with Errol. Errol's still my guy. So I'll reach out to and on the back end and see what's going on with that. But again, like
Errol's promoter. Errol is his promoter. He need a manager.
Errol, like I said, we talk all the time, man. We even up to the Bud fight. Me and Errol spoke all the time. So like again, he'll at least give me the insight on what's going on with him, what they trying to do with him. You know what I mean?
I honestly think that's the issue, Jamel. I think that he got Errol, so he feel like this my man. He been through it. He's already my promoter. Why pay a manager? But it's like you got a dude that ain't a manager.
That's his decision then, you know what I mean? That's if he feels that,
But that's why I ain't take that fucking offer.
But look though. but look though.
You know that offer was worth it.
But even still.
How much you get for your it's over. You already a champ. How much you get for your belt?
I actually got a little bit more.
Damn! Shout out to Jamel.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I actually got a little bit more. But like I said, again, I was the champion, and you know what I'm saying at the time. I'm like,
no. That's not what I meant.
When you
fought
Shakur.
No. Nah, we not talking about that.
We know that.
We talking about when you fought Ito. When you fought Ito for the belt.
Ito? I ain't getting.
And that's what I'm saying. My man was making.
Like I said, at the champ, I had to become champion.
Now, Jamel,
seven-figure paydays,
Jamel, now think about this.
That's what I'm saying. That was a good offer. It was a good offer.
Think about this. That was on your
first title shot ever.
No, but that was on your second deal. We'd already seen you on TV. We'd already seen you with PBC. Now we seen you over there
on Top Rank.
Bro, this man fought in Vegas 2 weeks before Bud and Errol did in front of like 300 people, champ. And he ain't look good in that fight. So it's like, bro, you not a draw.
He ain't look that bad because remember, he got the knockdown late. That says something. You know what I mean? You adjusted. He got the knockdown when he needed it.
And some people felt that that's what won him the fight.
And he got the knockdown when he needed it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like Ryan gets discredited. Oh, Campbell dropped him. He got up and got the stoppage.
Campbell, you're talking about a gold medalist, somebody that we knew, somebody that we watched.
Yo, Artem was a good fighter. You got to watch what you watching. You ain't think Artem could fight?
No, he can fight. Yeah, he can fight. But I get what Danny's saying.
Had you heard of him? Had you seen him? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
All his fights was in Germany.
In terms of notability, I get what you're saying though. Like I wouldn't necessarily. a good fighter is a good fighter, but I get it. In terms
Bro,
of
I
public,
can't
in the
give you
public,
credit.
in the public eye,
I can't give you that much credit for pickup basketball games. You know, you feel me? Like, bro, we talking about NBA players. We ain't talking about
Bruh.
playing down at the park
But
with the
I ain't gonna lie,
with the
Frank. But
chain
like,
nets.
go listen. Going back to Frank. Frank had it good though. I'm like, I ain't
Told
mad at
you.
that, man. Listen, hey, I don't hate on nobody that's doing better or you know what I'm saying, going with their career. But like, for his first world title shot, yeah, I like, especially today's era of boxing. Yeah, that was
Bro,
like, damn.
I tried
and then
to tell him.
no disrespect, but I know I'm from Chicago. I got friends. I got peoples in Indy. You not known out there. You feel me? You can't go home and
But
sell.
it's not even that,
Bro,
man. Just look at history.
well, no.
Wilder gave on paper, because you know this, but on paper, Wilder gave Areola 130,000 in Birmingham.
Yeah, but how much was Wilder not drawing? You feel me? Wilder was drawing at the crib.
I don't know what he was drawing. That's what they got paid. You know what I'm saying? That's what fucking Martin was getting 10 times that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For the first, and we talking about Areola, been on HBO, been on Showtime, been on pay-per-views for both Vladimir's. You know, like, yo,
Right.
Martin got a respectable offer, and the internet went crazy talking about it wasn't a good offer. I thought that was a good offer.
Hell yeah.
Nah, I ain't hating on Frank. That was a hell of a good offer. There you go.
Word.
Hell yeah. Jamel, give me 2 fights.
I actually,
Give me 2 fights you want to see this year. Right now, there's not. I mean, obviously the Tito and Jermaine. That's a good one that just officially became announced, but not too much huge on the calendar right now. What do you want to see this year?
Ah, man, that's tough.
That's realistic.
The way, like I said, the year even ended. Like, again, I probably would like to see Bud move up to 154 for starters. And maybe fight a Zoo. You know, another, like you said, like he did what he did it with. It's funny because who was my man? I can't. Jeff Horn. He moved to 47. He fought that Australian. And it's funny that, you know what I'm saying, he moved to 54. He might fight another Australian. So
Now,
I probably see him move up. You know what I mean?
Jamel.
Because again, I think right now the belt's about to disperse. We're seeing how the IPF did, so I don't see any reason to keep him around 147 and pay all those sanction fees, and you're not considered undisputed anymore. And again, like I said, I love him to death, but I don't want to see him and Errol. I don't want to see him and Errol at any weight. You know what I mean? I'm glad to see Errol appearing and make showing his face again. You know, and enjoying time with his family, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it again. Like I said, I'd rather see them go their separate ways, both of them, and make noise. You know, maybe at 54, but that's just me.
but you know, Earl, how strong is that ego? Could he really walk away from it?
I don't think that's the thing about it. Errol has a strong. He does have a strong. He's strong-willed. You know what I mean? I think he still feels like, you know, he wasn't at his best. He didn't have his best performance. And he might still want to pursue that, and I'm saying, and I support it if that's the case. But like I put up before, it's gonna be a hard sell at the end of the day, and everything, especially, you know, everything on that side is business with them. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a hard sell. So I'd rather see them maybe, you know, saying, go separate routes, and like we've seen the greats do it. They go their separate ways, but then they come back later on, and then maybe, you know, say fight again. But like being the next day thing, I don't want to see it right now. So that's just one thing.
Jamel, real quick, just because you brought up the Zoo fight, man, the Horn fight was in Vegas. I've sat down with Bomac and Red, and I've pitched them the idea of,
Right.
yo, entertain going to Australia. I know he is the guy. I know that. But yo, they did 50,000 with Horn and Pacquiao. They did 40-some thousand with Tevin and Kambosos the first time. Bud is the guy right now. I think, and I know he ain't hurting for money at all. I know that. But yo, they gonna bring out multiple checkbooks for that one. Like,
I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
but
Like I said, I don't think Bud gonna go for it though. And Zoo did point out that he wants to make his name known in Vegas sometime. You know, sometime soon
He
this year
did.
also. So when you throw stuff like that and people, you know what I'm saying, they hear it, they're gonna be, hey, you want to come to
For sure.
the States to make that
And
name?
he
But I get what you're
need a
saying.
Bud.
I get what you're saying. Like I said, Bud's very smart when it comes to his money. So he's like you point out, he's not hurting for money.
No, I
And
know that.
again,
I know that. I know that. And I know that, you get what I'm saying? Like, they probably gonna bring out money that, he's already made. But I just see, again, man, the events that they put together for the Horn and Pacquiao fight, both Devin fights, like, out there with Kambosos, and then I see that they bring in, bro, they brought Tony Harrison out there, Brian Mendoza, which I
right?
know those aren't buds, but I'm
Everybody
like,
say,
but no, I know that, bro. Let me tell you something. For the Tony Harrison fight against Tim Tszyu, front row tickets sold for $5,000 American
that's
dollars
crazy.
in
That's crazy.
Australia. $5,000 American dollars for front row seats against Tony Harrison. I'm just saying, like, there's very few fights in America that front row.
Tank
is,
Ryan
yeah.
was
I
5,
mean-
right?
yeah. I mean, yeah. You talk again. You
No,
you
I'm
bring it up.
making your
Yeah, for
point.
sure, for sure.
I'm not going
Yeah.
against it. I'm
Yeah, for
saying
sure.
very few fights,
Yeah.
Tank Ryan,
Anomalies
and that
of-
was a super fight. For
You know,
sure.
so-
No, I get it, but again, I don't see them budging to
For
go
sure.
over there unless they have to, and they don't have to do.
Yeah, no, they don't have to do
so.
nothing.
That's what I'm
at
saying.
this
They don't
point.
have to, so I don't. But I get your point on a business standpoint. But again, I don't see it. I think with Bud just with his pound for pound ranking, he had the cards are in his hand really.
For
Like
sure.
I said, because Zhu, say Lou he did have a list of fighters that he wanted to fight. You remember he had a T-shirt that he had this guy, then he had Charlo, then he had Bud on there, and I think he had Canelo on there as well. So again, if he wants to make those fights, he's gonna have to play ball with whatever demands that Team Bud wants to make.
Yeah, no, look, and I know he had already agreed to the Charlo fight in Vegas that was supposed to take place last
Right.
January, and that didn't, that fell off, but that was already in play and agreed upon and everything. So, just wanted your
Again,
thoughts. Just wanted your
I
thoughts.
respect it. Another thing like that, another fight. Well, like I want to see is really 140. I want to see somebody's one of the champions fight Matias. Like I mean, it may not.
Tito
It may not be a big draw because of who he is. He's not a talker, and I get that. But just from the competitive standpoint, like 140 is actually becoming it's a little stacked division that's not getting the same noise as maybe other divisions or whatever. But again, I would like to see the champions mixed up there.
I mean, Tito tried. He was injured. He lost.
Right.
Sabril lost that opportunity, and then, I mean, again, I reached out to Coach Panda and I said it because I had Bill on him. Bill's like, well, I tried to deal with them. They told me give him a week because Coach had a fight with Kevin Johnson, was it? Or Gonzalez, something like that. He just got knocked out on Dazn Saturday, or lost on Saturday, and they were supposed to call. They never called, and he's suffering that injury. I just think he's going to have to wait till like April to start negotiating with someone.
April, I heard April, so he's gonna be out for a while. But again, later on down the year, like I like to see somebody, because his style is just different. Like he don't even sit on no punch. He's really all on punches and coming forward. But he's dangerous because a pressure fighter has power on both hands. So again, I like to see somebody, see somebody really step up to fight him because again, a lot of people not really, they're not saying his name for a reason. And then, of course, they use the business behind it, but we know how boxing plays out, And then also, like, despite what anyone says, I still like to see as a fan, maybe Canelo Benavidez or Canelo Morel. You know what I mean? Just that division. That division has a lot of good fighters in that division. So I like to see the super middleweight division, heat up this year as well.
Let me run through these awards with you to get your thoughts. Performance of the year. The nominees was Terrence beating Earl, David Benavidez beating Demetrius, Jairo Pataya beating Ellis Zorro, Devin Haney beating Regis Prograis, Jesse Bam Rodriguez beating Sonny Edwards.
You probably have to give it to like I said, the Bud and Spence fight because everyone was asking for that fight for so long, and everyone thought that it was going to be, pretty much an even matchup. And even you had a lot of people even thought that Errol was going to dominate Bud, but the way it played out, Bud put on a massive performance. But like I said, again, I like Devin. I like what Devin did with the Regis fight as well. because Devin was coming off a lot of heat from the Lomachenko fight. Bam and Sonny was a hell of a fight too. So I mean, yeah, those are definitely good good candidates. But I probably would side with the Bud performance over Errol.
Robbery of the year. What was the worst decision this year? My producer just hit me up during your answer saying, don't give them our nominations, let you say your own. But I just felt it'd be hard, right? Like to
Yeah,
answer
it is
these
hard.
questions.
Like I said, it's hard. It's hard, especially when you're standing at the producer got to chill, man. It's hard when because I got so much in the commentary mindset that you
And
really
it's
can't
12 months of fights. How can you remember every
Yeah, I
bad
can't. Yeah, that's
decision?
what I'm saying. Like it's too many. It's too many. Like I mean,
All right, so I'm gonna give you our nominations.
I think what's wrong though. Before you even get that, I still didn't like how the Rollies fight played out.
That's the one that is the first.
Man.
He fighting the guy. The guy fighting this weekend.
Fighting horror, but I'm saying though, but that was. But what's the other nominees? But I think that fight.
No, that one won though. That was the main one.
Yeah,
That was Rolly Barroso, Lubin versus Ramos. Did you think that was?
Nah, see, that's the thing about it. Like Ramos, that's my guy. Like that's my. I sparred and trained with Ramos. That's my guy, man. And Lubin, my guy too. But I just think that if people actually look at the second half of that fight, he took his foot off the gas, and it's like you don't know what the judge is looking at. Like I seen just Lubin just at least staying busy, pumping the jab. Just staying busy though. And yeah, Ramos will get to him, but by then it'd be at the end of the round. He'll probably have him against the ropes, and he'll probably, shoot him to the body, whatever. But at the same time, during most of those rounds, you gotta give credit for Lubin what he was doing. So I don't claim it was a robbery. Now maybe you could say the also not that I think about it, maybe the first the Rayo and Cobra fight.
That's our fifth nomination.
But yeah, you know what I mean. But you see what happened when Rayo came back and you see what he did in that rematch. But again, yeah, I mean, those fights like that, like I'm thinking Rayo put my man down and yada yada, and still kept putting the heat on him. That's a different situation.
What about Hughes?
Ramos and Lubin.
Do you remember Maxi Hughes Kambosos?
Yeah, I thought, like I said, I commented that fight, and I thought, I thought Hughes won it. I thought Hughes pulled it out.
Me too, man. Me too. And I bet on the fight.
Man, I hope he get another shot, man. He a good, as a human being, he a good dude.
I bet on that fight.
Yeah,
I told everybody he was going to upset fucking Kambosos. I've been following Hughes for a while. He's a good boxer, man. And
he fought a good. I thought he fought a good fight. I thought he boxed him. You know what I'm saying? He was a better counter puncher and everything. I thought he fought a good fight.
Next one is Prospect of the Year. You need the nominations?
Tito.
Thank you, bro. My whack ass community talking about someone else.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I try to work with him and his team because I see that's what I meant about management. That's what I mean. Why I got into it because I see how certain fighters are done. If you don't have the big promoters behind you, like you point out, man, like people gotta understand boxing's a business. And like I said, no disrespect to his father because his father doesn't really you can tell he doesn't really trust nobody. Wants to do everything on his own, but it's like if you don't have allies in the sport, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep you on the outside. Matter of fact, I think when you had to the last thing on him, I actually hit him up in the DMs like, I said, Tito, this is crazy, man. Like we really gotta change this narrative. You know what I mean? Like, and he's seen it, but he never really got back to me about it. But like I'm trying to speak with him for the past year to help him out, trying to get him over with top rank and everything, and like
top rank wants him.
They want him, yeah. They want him, but it's like no disrespect, but it's like his father. Like
they saying you're the second person saying it's the father, but what? But he's like, to me. Just help me out because for us on the outside looking in, bro, I've never seen. Like, think about it, Jamel. What fighter has his resume in 12 fights? Not even Loma. I mean, well, Loma, yeah, because he fought Salido and Gary, but like only Loma. Not even Rigondeaux. Like, that kid got a serious resume at 12 and 0.
I didn't know until you pointed out, because I didn't know until you pointed out. I didn't know that, like he wasn't ranked in no
sanctioning body.
But me and my partner talked about that last night. We were saying because you got to look like this. these sanction bodies look at it also because it's a business. If you don't have that big network or promoter to help you really pay money for those sanctioning fees, and you doing your own local shows that's not really a draw and no real money, sanctioning fees is not gonna waste the time with you, man. They're not gonna waste the time.
Crazy, man.
I do think that a problem is though, and we tell fighters all the time, cause bro, these motherfuckers they don't show up to the conventions.
That's true,
bro.
Yeah,
We've gone to the conventions, and Jamel, I kid you not, kid you fucking not. I've had world champions text me that they see I'm down there. Hey, bro, can you go up there to represent me? On my mother. So it's just like I'm out there, and it's like, bro, you know who does a great job? Albert Bell. Albert Bell, bro, he go to the conventions, he go have dinner with Paco, and it's like he's independent, and he's still, now granted, you got to get that shot, but it's like I think that fighters need to do more of a due diligence, and that's part of it. That's part of it.
Listen, I'm telling y'all, you know, it's great to tell you between us, yo. Like, if you look at them rankings, like it took me, I coming off the loss to Shakur and Jermaine, but I kept good relationships with these sanctions bodies, and like, you know, I think what WBO, they got me at number 9, WBC, you know, so they put me back up there. I spoke personally with the WBA president on numerous occasions in the last few weeks or so, and again, because like I said, again, I'm trying to shoot back even to get the rematch with Lamont. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, fighters got to do their due diligence and get familiar with these sanctioning bodies. It's like I said again, hey.
And at least if you're not gonna do it, have a management team that'll fly out and represent you. Because you know that dude Dazn Kujabuski, he got that shot with Efe, and that was only because his manager went to the WBC convention. Me and Danny was there live. That dude did not deserve to be ranked. The dude, like, I'm sure you probably know Don Majeski. He got up and started debating with Mauricio, like, yo, look at who he last fought. This guy is 40-something years old. He's overweight. We got tape of the fight. It was a sham. He don't deserve to overtake Otto Wallin as number 8 in the WBC. But this is a voting system. Everybody else rode with Mauricio, gave their vote. Kuzabuski jumps Otto Wallin. He gets a fucking payday where all he did is hit the dude in the balls.
And let me remind you, it was supposed to be a Jared payday first. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, bro,
the rankings, those meetings
and we
are
was
important.
there, we seen it. And
no, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Important. You got to get out there. Like again, like Mauricio, he just started showing me more love too from the WBC on that end. So again, you got to get familiar, and you got to keep your name out there. Like that's why I'm like, hey, like people can say what they want. Oh, Jamel this, or he's not this anymore. But hey, when the time comes, I'm eligible to get a shot at any of these guys now, and I'm just trying to stay busy and I'm just grinding. So despite what anyone says, like let's say it's out there, the proof is out there. Look at the ranking systems. My name's still floating around. So I don't like say I'm just like for me, and for my other fighters as well. I do the same thing for them. Like you said, you gotta have somebody represent a manager. Got to represent the hey. I need y'all to take a look at this individual closely.
And it's that simple.
Yeah,
we were at the convention. It's that simple. It's like Don Suleiman. I have a fighter. He's 14-0. I just would like you guys to consider him to be ranked. And then as long as you get a couple motherfuckers to raise their hand, your man is ranked. Yeah. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. Nah,
listen, I don't listen. Even for my young guy, Michael Gamble, I was like, listen, I would love for my guy to maybe fight for one of your junior titles or something.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, champ. You know, hey, I'll give you my card. They give me their card, and we just say, hey, send an and all this is an email. Send an email. But again, going back to Tito, it's like his pops, man. He don't want to trust nobody. He don't want to play ball. Like he want the like I say, it's a business, but he want the entire pot of everything, you know what I'm saying? From the promoters to the management side, he want everything in his fit, and I get
Champ, how is he getting that off though? Because he's training them, he's managing them, and he's Fight City Promotion. I thought that was like,
I don't know, man. It's for him. It's the demands. It's demands. It's like yes, we get it. Your son is a real good fighter, but at the same time, the promoters feel like we still got to promote and build him. We still got to get his name out there to the
True.
masses. Like guys like us, we know who he is. We know what he can do. But again,
you know he got a DAZN fight, right? I think it's February 2nd. He fight on DAZN.
Yeah. But again, we'll see what happens from there. Because I'm pretty sure. Listen, there's plenty of promoters that want him, but like I said, they got to play ball at the table. Because y'all know how the business is.
They accepted an offer. I don't know if you know, they accepted an offer with Golden Boy for one fight, but Barboza turned it down. He was supposed to fight Barboza Saturday, and instead now it's Ndondini, a guy that Tito already beat.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But again, prospect, like I said, again, I like my man Emiliano Vargas. We had sparred like about a year or two ago now. Mason's a good dude. It's like a lot of these kids I want to see. I want to see do good things this year. So a lot of other good prospects as well.
Manager of the year.
You
want the nominations? So the nominations.
Yeah, I want the nominations.
Ernesto Mercado Sr., Bill Haney, Jose Benavidez Sr., Al Heyman, and James Prince.
Man. I don't know. That's because most are gonna go off the big fights, or sometimes people go off how many other fighters they have they put in position. You know what I'm saying? If to be considered, like I said again, shout out to Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? Bill's a good dude, and he's done great with Devin. But like for most of us, like we just know him for for Devin. You know what I mean? But he's put Devin in a great position to make a lot of good money in high profile fights. So shout out to Bill and that. Of course, we know the work that Al Heyman does. You know what I mean? Despite people may think of Al, Al still, people get mad and say whatever, but Al takes care of his top guys over there and that end. But I don't know. That's I really haven't really seen much that really stands out from in terms of like in that title role like that. I just see it like it goes. Again,
so I'll give you some background to help. Obviously, Ernesto Mercado Sr. got Tito 4 fights this year. The first was it was 3 big names out of the 4. Ndondini. Danny's pulling it up. So he did that.
Was it Nakatilia? He did Nakatilia too,
Ndondini, Nakatilia.
He had 5 fights last year.
Wow.
Some guy named Jose Angulo. Then he fought Hank Lundy.
That's right.
Hank, yeah.
Ndondini, and then most recently Nakatilia. Before that was a guy named Carlos Manuel Portillo.
So that's what Mercado Sr.
You know what? I would give my man Mercado his credit because, like I say, for an independent guy, he was still going out there and getting some notable names and put his son
big names. I can't believe that.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like whatever people may think, how difficult it could be, you gotta give him credit for like he was grinding and hustling and getting his son, notable opposition. So so I would give him credit for that. And again, that's like just y'all having his name in there against like guys like Jay Prince and other huge, real like notable managements. Says a lot.
It does, because I've never seen it done. I mean, again, 12 fights, and he got 5 names. It's Jason Velez, Hank Lundy, Jeremiah Nakatilia, and what was the last one you said? Ndondini.
So 4 names.
Yeah. So now, you got to give him credit for that. Like that. Yeah. That's like a lot of people make respect for that, because again,
12-0,
it takes a lot. It takes a lot, especially with those guys who have names already. It takes a lot to convince them to even want to
come
fight.
to a club show.
Yeah, to want to fight somebody like a Tito Mercado, that is hot right now. So yeah, I give him his props for that though.
But the competition is Bill Haney being able to get Devin, the Loma, and Regis fight. So he fights a Hall of Famer, and then he moves up in division, becomes a 2-division champ. Jose Benavidez goes unnoticed. Remember, he's got Pacheco, he's got his son. He's got Rayo, still management. Yeah. He's got Fred Pacheco. He's got Daniel Blancas. So, his name is there for managing all those careers, plus training all those careers. And none of those guys lost, except Rayo, who's no longer trained with him, only managed. Obviously, everything Al has done. and James Prince.
Jay Prince. Yeah, Jay Prince basically has a whole, has a whole stable over there at top rank. So, shout out to Jay Prince and them. But yeah, I like to see, like I said, again, like you just pointed out, like the Benavidez and Mercado. Like I like to see, like, with those, like, not so, like, they're not the big names, but they're still making, big moves. So shout out to those two individuals.
Champ, let me ask you this hypothetical. I text you a box rec, and I'm like, yo, he's looking for management, but his last 7 fights are all 6-rounders, and he's never fought an 8, 10, or 12. He's had 5 straight 4-rounders. What does that box rec say to you as a manager?
That he's still in the building stages. You know what I mean? Still a prospect. He's not really a contender yet. But again, like, I could take somebody like that and make a call to, again, my friends in Florida, with the pro boxing, like, hey, I got this kid, cause I did it. Matter of fact, I did it yesterday. I sent them a kid that I was looking at here in Cincinnati. Like, listen, this is a kid right here that I've been working with. And, like, that's what I mean. Like, the landscape is like changing. We're like, now you see more, because again, it's all about, for them, making 50-50 fights, put it on good content, and they're willing now to listen to the smaller guys, and giving these kids opportunities. So that I mean, again, the rounds and whatever doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter as long as the fighter himself is willing to, like, like, play ball and want to take a 50-50 fight the next. Because again, he's not really, if he has that many fights, it's like, okay, now it's time for a little step up, or slightly to move him up to that 8 and 10, those 10 rounds. Because you see a lot of kids, well, a lot of fighters now. It's not the era where we came up, where guys were basically being 20-0 before they even
Go for
bothered
a
to step
world
up.
title.
Now, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, yo, these guys is trying to go for world titles, like 12, 13, they're 13 fighters. So it's like, okay, he's 7-0, whatever, yada yada. But okay, let's see. We got to see what he's made of. So let's give him a tougher task at hand. Maybe not too tough, but we got to see what we're working with. So I mean, it's possible.
Trainer of the year, Bomac, Red Spikes, and Iso Dieguez. Obviously, don't forget, you said you were going to call them and talk about training with him again. We had him on the show, and he said he was open. Andy Lee, Trainer of the Year. Shingo Inoue, Trainer of the Year. Bill Haney, Trainer of the Year. Robert Garcia, Trainer of the Year. Who you got?
You know, I'm gonna be biased, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm biased, man. Y'all can't ask me that, man. Shout out to BNB, man. Oh yeah, I mean, but no, again, I'm glad y'all put Inoue's father in it. He don't. They don't, like, say. I guess because they like in terms of a trainer, he's not known too big over here on this side of the hemisphere. But, like, nah, he's done some good things. Cause people forget, he's got both of his sons, making noise alone. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out, yeah. Again, Robert Garcia is always, like, I felt like I said it before. He doesn't. I don't think he gets the real credit he deserves as a trainer. You know what I mean? Because Robert has done some things with a lot of his stable. I've been to his gym just for, like, being an Adidas athlete, and he's he's part of the Adidas family as well. I go over there a lot for, like, photo shoots and everything. But while I'm there, I always get to see him working with his fighters, and his son. I feel like his son doesn't get enough credit either. But, like, they have a good little a regiment over there at the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. So shout out to them.
Yo, real quick, just want your thoughts, since you did pick the team for trainers of the year. What do you think was their best single performance with somebody in the ring? Cause I know which
B&B.
Red Bomac and Isu.
In this past year, or just overall?
No, in the past year.
Nah, like I said, look what they're doing with despite people think. Look what they're doing with Keyshawn. Like Keyshawn, like I work a lot with Keyshawn in the past too, man. Sparring, whatever. Like I said, again, I know a lot of people want to see Keyshawn really step up, but, like, he really feels, because of, like, having that, like, even Bud, like, you got to even include Bud, because Bud does help a lot with the training as well. So it's a good stable over there, and I feel like just those three individuals in terms of trainers alone, they can be their own. They can have their own thing, their own gym and their own thing, and still be successful. Like for me, even my own career, like y'all seen it. I came off, when I lost, after I left PPC after losing to old boy and shit. They turned me around. Like even like at one point, even Top Rank was kind of like skeptical. Like, does he? Okay, can he do what y'all believe he can do? And like they turned my whole career around. So I'm always grateful for that. But
Yo,
again,
I
they
loved
they've done it. They even helped. They even did little wonders with guys like Robert Bryant and so on. So
for sure.
they got a good thing. They got a good thing
I
going on
love
over there at B&B.
I loved what they did with Chris Eubank Jr. specifically last year.
Yeah.
Um,
On a short notice. On a
man,
short notice, really.
and Mel, I was in the gym with them, so it's like y'all just had the biggest win of y'all career Saturday night with Bud beating Spence, and now it's Monday evening, and y'all here, and the fight's in like a month, and I'm the type that if I hear something I'm not familiar with, I'm gonna ask questions. So walk the rope. I'm like, yo, what's that? You know what I'm saying? And I just saw it translate in the fight what they did with
Right.
Chris, and like this is you rematching somebody you got beat down by, and it was like, bro, night and day difference. And it's coming
Right.
off the biggest win, and I'm just watching this shit in the gym for 3 weeks, and I was in awe. And then I watched the fight, and I'm texting Bomac while they in the UK, and I'm like, yo, what you think? And where's his head at? And Bomac, he kept assuring me, and I was still a bit in question because of the first fight, and I was like, wow, Chris was a totally different fighter in the rematch with them.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like I said, again, it's short notice. So, like, because I was even like, man, can they? I want to see how this plays out. Like, I know what they're capable of, but like at the same time, it's like I'm thinking like the fighters, and can he adjust to what they want him to do? And what I'm saying, they pulled it out, and now Chris is back in the picture of making other big fights.
Absolutely.
Fight of the year: Haney Loma, Crawford Spence, Munguia Dervinchenko, Ramirez, Rafael Espinoza, and Oshaki Foster versus Eduardo Rocky Hernandez.
I got I like Shock and Hernandez because for the competitive nature. A lot of the other fights were good fights and for good performances in the fights, but again, that my man Shock had his back against the wall. Like y'all see,
Yeah.
listen, if Rocky would have stood on his feet, he would have been the champion today. You know what I mean? But again, my man Shock had to come back with his back against the wall, literally, because so he was being pressured, and that was a small ring. Like everything was my man's favor. Like the ring was small.
They was in
where
his
the fight was-
hometown.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like everything was in that man's. That's what I'm like, yo.
No,
I
for
was
sure.
thinking like,
That's
man, like somebody should have told Rocky just to tie up. Like he didn't like, and he would have been champion today. But again, everything was in that man's, in the Rock's favor, and Shock had to go out there, and he had to fight. He had to fight to literally the last minute. He had
I
to
gave
fight. So
I
I
gave
give
Shock.
I give respect. I give
Shock.
respect. I give respect to where it's due. You know what I'm saying? I give respect to where it's due, and shout out to Shock for for that victory.
Yeah, I gave Shock
I mean, look
knockout.
where got him at. Look where got him. He got him a deal with Top Rank, and now he's probably gonna finally get the notability that he wants, and maybe
I
the
mean,
money
by the
that he's been looking
headline.
for.
Yeah, for sure. You by the
He
That's
headline.
about
what I
the
mean.
headline versus
that's-
Nova.
I gave
In New
him
York, yeah.
I gave him a knockout of the year for that reason. I feel like the Nakatani over Maloney was probably more devastating, but it was something that I felt was expected.
What about the Rio knockout though?
Yeah, that was one of the nominations. It actually got 46% for knockout of the
So
year.
for me, it was
that's our winner.
For me, again, the Shock fight, it was just like it was for the belt. He was losing, and if it weren't for the knockout, he wouldn't have been champion like you
Right.
said. And again, for me, we know Ryo for his power. Bro, I've been to Main Street in Houston. I ain't never know Shock for his
word.
power. Like
Word.
I
Right,
see
right,
He's
Shock
not known.
box.
He's not known for being a puncher, let alone come from fucking behind. That was life
So,
changing.
Yeah.
because of the circumstances, that's why I gave Shock knockout of the year. There was some great knockouts. Obviously, you said the Ryo one. Even Day of Reckoning, I don't know if you was tuned in, but that Jai Opata
Yeah,
knockout
I
was
seen
so
it. Yeah,
vicious.
yeah. His head, yeah. That was scary too. That was scary too.
What else we got, Ness?
Well, that was knockout of the year. But you picked Rayo.
Yeah, you said you had Rayo, right?
Upset
yeah.
of the year. You need nominations?
Yeah.
Parker over Wilder. Robisi versus Espinoza and losing Espinoza. Erickson Lubin over Jesus Ramos. Santillan over Rocha. Barrios over Ugas.
I'll probably have to go Robesi's fight. I was there that night too.
That was
Robesi's fight. I
crazy.
think I mean I can't really call it for Wilder because again I felt like I said I thought I was looking for that devastating puncher Wilder, but like just the style that he was fighting, it just like I knew it wasn't bolden in his favor at all. You know what I mean? Like it was like he's trying to be a boxer, and it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was trying to be more of the brown bomber than the bronze bomber. You know what I mean? No, I was just saying. But I was really hoping that we was gonna get that because I really wanted to see the Joshua. Like I don't care how long overdue it's been as a heavyweight. The heavyweight division is still one of the most exciting divisions. I still want to see that fight though. I still would, but at the same time, but again, like I said, I'm cool with my pick. Like I think that was more of an upset.
Wait, you saying to this day, no pun intended, you still want to see the Wilder AJ fight?
Nah, I don't have. It don't have the same flair anymore after the last. Like, but I was hoping he was gonna be the Wilder that we all love and like we all.
Tell me about it.
Everybody, bro. Bro, I lost mad money on him and Shadeja Green. That's fucking. I didn't. I mean, you know, Franchon because of the Olympics and all. Like, did you expect her to win?
I thought it was gonna be tough. I thought it was gonna be like I said. I can never count out Franchon because Franchon, like despite what people feel about her style or who she is, she gonna scrap. You know what I'm saying? She gonna go out there and give it her all. You know what I'm saying? To that final belt. It's one thing she gonna give it her all. But again, the way it's I get because everybody's so big on Shadeja Green in terms of like bases being the one to give Clarissa, you know what I'm saying, a real fight or even beat her. It was so much, you know what I'm saying, behind her. So when it happened, it was like, yeah, you could probably say that was maybe, you know what I'm saying, an upset. But again, like I know Franchon.
She was a plus 800. You know that, right?
Franchon was
crazy. That's what I mean.
Bro, people made so much dough. I lost so much dough on Shadeja. I put so much. I never bet that much on boxing, but I know her 7 years, Heron. 7 years. I was in the gym with her 4 years. I watched her spar Derevyanchenko, Katsides, Conwell. I mean, men after men, bro. I hope she could put it back together.
Let me tell you.
I hope she could put it back together.
I feel like nobody has promoted her more
than me.
Than Nesta Gibbs.
I was waiting for this
moment. But he said he's seen her like he's been in the gym with her. I get it. I get it. Like because you see a lot of people a lot of us don't see what takes place in the gym.
Nah,
you know,
but
so
Jamel,
we only see fight now. But when you see her from the growth.
Let me tell you something, because now that he's been living in Vegas and we go to gyms together, he fall in love, bro. He fall in love. And it's
I love sparring.
Bro, he'll come in the gym and he'll see one sparring session. He like, yo. And it's like, I'm telling him, I'm like, nah, man, he ain't really that. And
I was watching today. I gotta see more. I seen the clip with the heavyweight. I gotta.
You like him though, but you like him though.
I gotta see.
Champ, look. He had this heavyweight.
But you like him though, right? You like him though.
He looked apart.
Exactly. Shout out Xavier Miller.
But exactly, you got some more. Champ, he was showing us this heavyweight. That's good. I'm not saying he's not.
You gotta know him.
But
he was referring to him as the Latin James Toney, and I'm
not the guy from yesterday. Another dude.
Another guy.
I seen it. I seen him rolling in there. I'm like, but I had to see it. You know, being put in action. Because like I said, you know, we all say, even with the bag don't hit back. I gotta see how you are under pressure. So you know what I'm saying? How your ring IQ is. I gotta see it. I can't just see you doing I don't really pay much to pad work either. I gotta really see it. Like implement that into the real thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I pay more attention to how you shadow box than your pad work. I like me personally as a guy who's never fought.
It's crazy. It's crazy because Red and Bomac was so big on that too. Like they was big. They used to be heavy on how you shadow box more than what you're doing in the past. So I can understand that. Because again, when you're shadow boxing, you're thinking how a fight plays out and how, you know what I'm saying. So you're trying to implement what you may do from like the defensive aspect, and you know what I'm saying, how you would, you know what I'm saying, do this, and if you was in this situation or that. So you gotta basically come up with the game plan, because you gotta make adjustments at times yourself in that ring. So when you're shadow boxing, there's no trainer really commanding you with the, you know, so you got to really be in flow and motion while you're shadow. So I get it.
Female fighter of the year. There's not a lot of females, or you need the nominations?
I need a nomination.
Amanda Serrano, Alicia Baumgartner, Sinisa Estrada, Franchon Cruz.
You probably give it Serrano. Of course, shout out to my girl Alicia. I got a lot to say on that with this whole Clarissa thing. Like I don't want to see it, but this is why I don't want to see it. I would have been cool. With like seeing it when but like after the Dallas thing and like nothing went down. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like
yo, I said the same thing.
Hey, you ain't lying. You ain't lying, because
it's like okay. Like I'm thinking like, all right, if they're gonna like face off or something, but it's like, all right, you know what?
Mel,
I don't want to, like,
it's
all right,
crazy you say that.
Enough of the back and forth. I don't want to see the Twitter chat no more.
It's crazy you say that.
I love y'all both.
I was thinking the same shit. I was looking at flights. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm like, y'all
okay,
both hosting the same party? Oh yeah, I'm going to Dallas. Fuck it. But I ain't
I thought that was the whole purpose of the whole, like, they both put it on the internet. Oh, I'm gonna be here. Bam. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be crazy. But then the next, it's like, okay,
Jamel,
next thing you heard,
they were
well,
in
they
the
didn't want
same
this one ain't with the
suite
face over,
at
this
the
one ain't
game.
with the face.
They were in the same suite
at
at
the
Cowboy
same
Stadium.
game,
Like,
man.
they was in the same suite with Dazn.
I'm cool on it. I'm cool on it. Like I said, I love them to death, like I say. But again, like, you know, I don't want to see it.
Oh, man. The last one is female prospect of the year. We got Liana Cruz, Beatrice Ferreira, O'Shea Jones, and Shannon Ryan.
Wait, say it again. I like my girl O'Shea.
Liana Cruz, Beatrice Ferreira, O'Shea Jones, and Shannon Ryan. Actually, O'Shea Jones won.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really familiar with most of the names, and so I don't want to, like, say again. Like, I like my girl O'Shea, but I probably see more of the others. You know, other than that was mentioned.
Well, Leanna's fighting on Danny Garcia's card in Atlantic City next week. Shannon Ryan, she's with Matchroom, so she's been on like plenty of cards.
No, I will say this though. Speaking of female fighters, though, I ain't mean to cut you off, Danny, but like, even though she's not a prospect, the one I really liked, I was impressed with, is Fondora.
Oh yeah, she's a champion.
It's Fondora. Yeah, she's a champion now, but I was saying, she's not a prospect. Like I would like to see more of her into the new and coming into the new year.
Yeah, no,
for
she's
sure.
Her and her brother, yo, they both like.
But she used her.
But
she used her physical attributes. That's what I like about over her brother. Like, she gonna use the jab. You know what I mean? She gonna use the height. You know what I'm saying, against her opponent. So instead of, like, you know, her brother, you seen what happened when he fought Brian. Like, he you know what I mean? He wanted to fight on the inside, and he paid for it.
That was a good upset too of the year. I forgot about that one.
Which one?
Yeah.
The Brian Mendoza over Sebastian Fondora.
Oh yeah.
That was a hell of an upset.
The thing is that gets some of the clout of upset gets robbed because it was such a brutal knockout. He gets more attention for knockout of the year.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but again, that was supposed to be a fight for him to potentially maybe get, you know what I'm saying, Charlo or whoever after that. So yeah, that's kind of
one of the big fights. For sure.
It ruined all the plans that he had in mind.
Word. Champ, that's it right there. We're gonna get to some of these callers though. Could you give out your social media for anybody that's crazy enough not to be following?
Oh, it's just at Jamel Henry. Like I see, just all together, one word, simple stuff. Like, and on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, y'all know, man. Like, I tune into everything. Like, I even comment on y'all stuff with somebody. Like, listen. But
now that you're a manager, obviously, give out any potential fight dates for some of your clients. So
like
we
I said,
be on the lookout.
Michael Gamble. He's fighting January 24th. Like I said, I was in the gym with him yesterday. Again, I believe in still working with him, working my fighters. So we were sparring. We just sparring yesterday. He has a high ceiling. You know, again, I just signed another kid from Cincinnati, Javon Dula. He was a good little amateur, I know, like I said again, Mike Stafford. Like that's the one thing I started like really paying more attention to Cincinnati as well, in respect of Mike Stafford, because he wanted to see these kids doing something constructive instead of being out here in the street. 'Cause I know how Cincinnati could be, man. It could be crazy. But Micaiah Krebs, I'm trying to get her into the world title picture. And again, I just like to work. I just like to work with good people. You know what I mean? I'm not here. I'm not here to be.
We interviewed
One of
Krebs.
those.
She did her thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just like working with good people. But again, look out for some of those things right there.
Up.
All
Looks
right,
like we
Jamel.
got Bernie trying to come on with you. Hold on a sec. You gonna say that extremely late, Coach Bernie? You gonna wait till the last minute? We'll give him a few seconds. If not, we'll wrap it up and get to these callers.
When you
I did
expecting-
send you a text. I don't know if you got it. Cause I ain't text you in a minute, so I don't know if you got the same number. I sent you a box
hold
rep.
on. I got it, Ness.
All right, let me know what
Milton.
you think.
Why I heard the
Whoa.
Oh, that's my guy. That's what I know. I heard that name before. I know I heard it.
Yeah, he might need your services from what I was discussing with him yesterday.
For the minute, so I don't know if you got the same number. I sent you
Yeah,
a
I got it.
box
Hold
rep.
on.
Bernie, turn the radio
I got it,
down.
man.
What's goody?
You
What I gotta
turn,
do?
turn the radio down wherever you
Bernie,
listening
boy.
at.
Oh, okay, I was listening. Yeah. What's happening?
What's
What
up,
up with
brother?
You know who it is. It's yours
You
truly.
know it.
It's Bernie the Boxer. I
What's
ain't doing
good,
shit. I'm
B?
over here sitting listening to y'all. I said, hey, Mel, I was so glad you brung up Fendora, man. I was trying to type, watching my partner shit I was watching. I couldn't type. Definitely Fendora.
Yeah, for
Yo,
sure.
what's that? Some Spence pack?
Damn, he's still smoking on that?
No, I mean I'm asking. I was in Omaha. I came across the Spence pack when I was out there. I'm just asking.
Right.
That was true. That was true.
You feel me?
That
What
was
up
true.
with you,
Hey, what's
Bernie?
good?
Y'all silly, man.
Man, what's happening, man? I was
Now
thinking,
everything good,
I,
B.
I was listening. I was listening to a couple. Mel, appreciate you. Shout out to my boy Mel. You understand? Hey. I was thinking too. Man, Ryo got that. Man, that was knockout of the year, man.
For sure.
Nah,
That
look,
was the knockout of the year, man.
look, man.
Knockout of the year.
I'm
Mel,
Like
not
I
you,
said,
taking
it's
away.
a lot of.
I'm not taking away. I just felt that Shocks was more significant because it was at a higher level. And he
I
was
think what
there.
you.
respect that. It was more in the line. It was more in the line with Shock. It was more in
Wait,
the line
Yeah.
wait,
with
wait.
Shocks. I get that. I
I
get
think.
that.
But I mean,
Wait,
Rios was
hold on.
vicious. Rios was vicious. Then the picture after when he squatted and it's a dead body behind him. What the fuck?
And think about it. Yeah,
No,
I know. Like people know, I had my little beef with Cobra, but I ain't really like. It was just I ain't like to say. I don't want to see nobody go out. Despite how I may feel about you, whatever. I don't want. Like I said, I just hope that what I'm saying, he can recover from that. But like 135 is too big for him, and it's not just that. It's, you guys know boxing when you can see because he's been put down before. You know what I mean? There's like comes like does he even have the chin? You know what I'm saying? The punch resistance for even if he goes down to the 130 or whatever. So it's a lot. It's a lot of questions that's gonna need to be answered when he comes back.
That's a good fight for you, champ.
It don't matter to me.
Is that backwards for you, or would you take that?
I think, and then, like I said, I'm not saying I'm here, but I think, like I said, where I'm trying to go, like I said, because I'm already there to get into, what I'm saying, the title picture. Yeah, you could probably say it's backwards, but again, same goes like with Tevin. If there's nothing available, then you know what I mean, and it makes sense, and why not? You know what I mean?
For sure. So Bernie,
And
you
Bernie, and I ain't gonna lie, Bernie had me kind of like I wasn't upset, but I was like, I never forget when I was coming back. Bernie told me I never forget. He was like, hey, boxing's it's an unforgiving sport, champ. I'm like, B, man, I got it though. But don't let me just do me. Let me do me. And like I said, like everything. Like when I go into fights, I always keep in mind, like everything. People say, can he do this? Can he do that? I'm not saying Bernie doubted me. But Bernie was just looking out for me, like what I'm saying. Because again, I'm not getting any younger. But I was like, if I know me. And that's why I said to myself, if I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna come back where it's worth it. Where
let me
people
say
say,
this.
okay,
Let me
he
say this.
still can make some
Sometimes,
noise.
sometimes you gotta save a fighter from themselves. Let me
Yeah,
say that. That's been proven over thousands of times. You just seen in recent times. You seen Shane Mosley. You seen what's the other fella? Roy Jones, of course. You know, you seen you're not so far removed like them, like Birdo and them, but you seen those guys still pressing on, and it's just you might get a good victory in there and turn the clock back, but things just ain't the same. It just ain't the way it is. So that's what everybody is looking at, and that's just what I'm
That's
looking
why
at,
you
and
got.
I'm
That's
being
why
a
you got to.
fighter as
In this
myself.
game, you got to grow. You got to learn and grow. You got to learn how to make adjustments. You got to learn. I feel like you got to keep developing. You know what I mean? Like I can't fight like I was 21. You know what I mean? You gotta learn to be smart and grow in the ring. And like even for me, like
No, I
my main
think
standpoint my main standpoint for me is like in terms of like just the like junior lightweight division. When you look at it, no one has beat me except for one man, and that's Shakur at the division.
yeah.
In that division, no one like I said from like I said again. Shout out to Lamont Roach. I know he still wants some get back because like, even going into that fight, they people was looking at the difference in age and yada yada
I think
yada.
you
But
definitely
like
can box, Neil. They just, I, I think you can box still. I just,
and then,
I
like I
mean,
said,
you
I
got
could
some
never
opportunity. I
like
mean,
Brad him
again,
know,
and
and
then
then
you,
like hey Ness, like I was gonna say, even like saying Brad him know, even on the top rank, like I could never, and I got no beef with Oscar, but I could never get that fight because of the style wise, because the height, the being the southpaw and yada yada yada. So like
With
again, like
Valdez?
I would always strive even for like fights. People thought people probably still think Oscar can do this and knock me out. Okay, cool, but I've been the only one vocally pushing for like those fights like that. When I won the world title from Ito, the next fight I was trying to fight, at that time the number one junior lightweight, which is Burchell, couldn't get that fight. So for me, I don't really go off like I mean I believe in me, you know what I mean. But I try to fight, saying the biggest name at the and when I seen Burchell and Valdez trying to make a big fight. I had to go out there and find a big name. That's when I had to go get Frampton. And I was supposed to go to Ireland to even as a champion to fight Frampton, whatever. So for me, I always been about pushing myself regardless what the public may think or think I can't do so that. Even now, it's like, you know, whatever. Like I'm all for it. Even like I was like again, shout out to Joe Cordina. Cordina's really what brought me back into the game because Joe Cordina, he won the fight. We could have fought in September, but again, they wanted me to get my feet wet and what I'm saying and get the rust off. So that's why I fought in November. And if you look at it, he fought 3 days before I fought. So that I was supposed to get that. I was supposed to go that route. But for me, man, like I said again, I still want to make meaningful fights. I'm not in here just to waste anyone's time or my time alone.
Nah, for sure.
But again, like I said, I'm saying, like I said, even with Lamont, shout out to him and his victory. The ball's in his court. But if they want to make that fight in the future, whatever, what I'm saying, I'm all for it as well.
That's a decent fight for Lamont.
No, for
who,
sure.
who for Lamont?
Jamel and Lamont.
Oh, on my mama. Oh, a rematch. Oh, that'll be cold blooded. That'll be cold blooded. Now you do got
Yup.
an angle right there, Jamil. You do got an angle right there. And Lamont Roach, shout out to Lamont.
Yeah.
Lamont,
Nah,
he
shout out to
fought
Lamont.
for that championship. He won that championship. I'm
Yeah.
Word.
happy for him.
I ain't think
Uh,
he was gonna win that shit. He
I
he
did.
he went in there with a whole different style and brought the fight to Hector, man. Hector did some bullshit that fight. He was
he showed. Hey, yeah. So that was a, that was a. I'm shout out to
Hector
him.
looked
That was
gun
because
shy. Y'all, both of y'all fighters and trainer, man. Was he gun shy or was he not gun shy? Hector looked gun shy.
He did a bit, but again, I'm not trying to take too much from Lamont. Saying what Lamont did, but I understand what you mean. Like I thought Hector was gonna have more of a dog in him, but what I'm saying, like say they said it, man. When Tank fight fighters, man, they different afterwards at times, man. So, yeah, it is what it is. Lamont did
but
what he had to do
but
though, because
but he
again,
didn't take a beat. He
you
didn't
got to
take.
give Lamont credit because he was out. I think he was out longer than I was out the ring.
Now
Man.
they
He was
both
out the
was
ring
out.
for a
Yeah, they
minute.
both was
They
out
was
for a
both
minute.
out
He
about
was
the
but
same
Lamont
amount
was
of
out
time,
for a
but I do
long
think
time too,
Lamont
though.
was out. I do think
Longer.
Lamont was out about a month
Yeah,
more.
he
But
was
like I
out.
say too, Lamont is a good boxer, and Roach, Hector, he was a good boxer. He wasn't an all-out attacker. He was a calculated boxer. That's why he originally called B-Hop with making his mistakes. He was a good counterpuncher. So I mean, it's just a great win for him. I'm happy for him, man. But again, that'll be a good win, a good fight for you. I mean, if he wanted to get his revenge back
Shout
there,
out,
you
shout out to
understand?
Tino.
That'll
Shout
be
out to
all right.
Tino excuse. Shout out to Tino excuse in the
They got
DMV, man.
that 130-pound division. is they might end up making undisputed because they got what Shock over there, they got Navarrete over there, and
Nah,
they
Navarrete
who got
Navarrete
moving
on
Cordina?
up.
top. Navarrete moving up though.
Did he give up the title yet?
From my
No, he ain't give it
understanding,
up yet.
He
he
ain't
ain't.
give it up yet,
But
but it's in works.
from my understanding, he's already communicated with them.
Who gonna fight for that? Who gonna fight for that title?
You probably say Albert. He probably had to give Albert. I mean, he's number one, and I think
Oh,
Archie
nice,
Sharp.
Albert Bell.
I know
Yeah,
Archie Sharp been trying to get into the
It's
mix.
going. I feel like it's gonna be Albert Bell between Albert Bell, Oscar Valdez.
Oscar too far
definitely
down in the
Valdez.
rankings.
Definitely
Nah,
They
Valdez. They
going
gonna
listen.
give Valdez
Oscar
a
gonna
that
chance.
do
shit
what?
don't matter. It don't matter how
Hey,
far he
you know who
is.
gonna fight for it? You know who gonna fight for it?
Who?
Conceição and Valdez.
Can say
No.
I'm not in the rankings at all, so that's gonna
Yeah.
be tough.
Oh, okay. Because he just fought for the
And
WBC,
and Albert Bell's not with the company, but he got about a good 18 months of
being number
mingling.
one.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
besides that, he's been mingling very well with the WBO, going to the conventions. He was in Puerto
yeah. He was at the
Rico,
convention.
so like
Yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah,
hard for them to
And he
turn him
yeah,
you
down.
know,
yeah,
and they'll go
yeah,
out there just to sit down, have dinner with Paco. So you get what I'm
Right.
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But y'all
Makes
gonna
sense.
see
Makes sense. You
something.
got to rub shoulder.
Y'all gonna see something in the next 2 to 3 weeks
So,
announced that's gonna change our opinion of who may get that title shot.
so, so, so Navarrete gonna fight Shakur next.
That is what they're working on. That's what Shakur
Okay,
wants, and that's what the machine is pushing.
okay. They want to see that fight. Okay, okay,
Do
okay.
you want to see that fight?
Yeah,
I
I
mean, I
love
don't mind. They
Shakur,
said give.
and
I think
and I love
get that man
Shakur,
his shot.
and I love Navarrete, and I don't think Navarrete gonna got a chance, but shit, like you said, the machine is pushing it. They over there, and if we can't get Tank and him and Devin and Tank and all that shit, then he just got to do what he got to do. Ain't nobody
so
else out there with
so Bernie,
around there to go ahead.
you don't prefer him to before he send Navarrete their offer, send Frank another offer maybe? Or do we walk away from that because
Yeah,
he shit the bed?
mean, now listen, Frank, Frank definitely didn't have no leg to stand on. Frank didn't have a leg to stand on. Frank wasn't no Olympian, and I like Frank. I really like Frank. But Frank didn't have the leg to stand on. And like, if y'all getting on Shakur for not taking the Devin offer, he definitely should have took that offer, whatever
Word
it
is
was, because he didn't.
born. Nah, we just said that.
No,
That was a
no,
great.
we
Shakur sent him a
Oh,
great offer.
no,
We all agree with you.
we a
oh,
thousand.
okay, oh, okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
a
Well,
thousand
no,
percent
well,
agree.
but
We just
I
feel
got
like, do you think he would send another offer, or is he like, I'm past that?
no because yeah, I'm past it. You know how
Damn.
we get. You know, like nigga, I tried to give you a shot, nigga. You didn't want
And
to take
then
it, nigga. Fuck you.
and
You
then
know how. You know how we
Bernie,
get.
Bernie,
Go ahead.
and then I was saying realistically speaking, the offer should be less because if anything, Shakur at least became a world champ. You ain't done shit since. Feel me?
Shakur was a three-time world champion we talking about. And an Olympian. Come on, man. And a Ring Magazine champion, unified champion. And he already had big names, which is Valdez, who was an Olympian. And, man, come on. So he
Jamel
offered him a
Herring, you
right
feel me?
Like, I don't know
Jamel
if you gotta put
Herring,
me
you
in that. You
male
feel
gotta put
me?
on
me in
my
that
mind.
list. I don't know
Yeah.
how they
So
said.
Shakur already been doing his thing. And like I say, oh boy should have took the fight if he really wanted to fight. And I don't, like I said, I feel like Shakur is like anybody else. Like, man, bro, you was acting scary. Fuck. So now we gonna fight Navarrete, who brings that contingency. That rivalry is always gonna be potent because it's not racist, but we're gonna see if we can run him out of gas, if we can run over him. He gonna try to box us to death,
It's the
and we're
green
gonna see if we
print.
can run over him.
It's the green print is what it is. I mean, Jamel was mentioning it earlier, like Navarrete has a fan base. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's Canelo's fan base, but he
Yeah,
has a solid
yeah,
fan base. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
yeah,
So it's like I've been to his
yeah,
fights. I see the people he bring out. I think it's a great fight.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like
It's a great fight.
I think that
Y'all
I
wildin'.
think
Y'all
like
wildin'.
you
Fuck
said though.
that. Fuck
on.
that.
He said, look,
If
this
I gotta
Ness is quiet
stand
as
up,
hell.
if I
Ness is
gotta
quiet as
fucking
hell the whole
stand up, I'ma
time.
stand up. Y'all talking is great is
No,
a
no, no.
is
I
a
said
stretch.
no. I
I
said
ain't
it's a
say-
good fight.
listen,
I
who
said
else-
it's
It's
a
a
good
good
fight.
fight.
It's
Good
a good
fight.
fight. And I was gonna say, just like Bernie said, I don't think Navarrete has a shot to beat him.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
But
William Cepeda, Isaac Cruz, and Frank Martin, those are all better
He
fights.
tried to
yeah, but
fight
those are
Esau
all,
Cruz,
but those
though.
are all guys
Oh.
that turned him down before.
Bruh, you gotta, Wilder turned down AJ 4 or 5
I'm gonna
times.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you the fight. I'm gonna tell you the fight. It's Morataya.
That's another
It's
good fight.
Yeah,
Morataya.
that's a good fight. Yeah, that's a
That's
good
more.
fight.
It's
It's
Yeah.
Morataya.
in-house. It's in-house, but the question is, do Murataya and motherfucking Robert Garcia really want it?
And to be honest with
Now
you,
see. So okay,
and to
wait.
I was
So
gonna
before we
say,
get to, so wait. So listen. So while we relax, if the fighters don't want to fight him, the man only can do what he can get.
Same thing as
He
last
only
fight. His
can
last
get
fight.
what he
Don't
can get.
yeah.
And if
Same.
Navarrete is willing to step in, I mean, and
I think
Navarrete ain't no punk.
I think the Murataya fight is the next best fight. Right now, if you look at the rankings, Loma's at 1. He fighting Kambosos for the IBF. Zepeda's turned him down. Cruz has turned him down. Then you got Raymond Murataya. So I'll say that uh I think it's a more competitive fight. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
it's as big.
Cruz turned them down for a
Right.
vacant title shot.
Right.
This different
before
now.
he turned him down for the vacant, he turned him down for the final eliminator. When Devin was
Who
still
did?
champion. Pitbull Cruz.
Oh, okay, yeah, he turned him down. Yeah, I like Pitbull, but right, he turned the fight down. So
Twice
like I say,
though.
more tire.
Twice.
But but the big fight, which is like right now, no, Navarrete got notoriety. And that's what's going to bring the fans and to bring the people to the boxing is the notoriety. And I think that either one can shine. I think that Shakur can shine against a style like Navarrete, or either. I mean, it's a good fight. They both got good contingencies behind them, and I think it's just a good fight because this guy's a world champion too, and so he come up from a smaller weight class. So I think it's a good fight, you know. And again, we watching Shakur Stevenson. That's what we got to understand. We got to watch these greats and understand that what we're watching. You understand? We gotta appreciate their talents. You understand? That's the thing too. We gotta
So,
appreciate their wizardry in there.
are you both?
Him, Devin, Tank.
Are the both of you guys purposely not saying PBC names because we know it's difficult to make those fights? Because like Tank and
Nah, it's just
Shakur
like,
is
again,
a
like those guys.
unification.
No, that's the best fight.
Nah, on some real, I think like in Al's case, like I think with PBC, like right now, especially with like we don't know how the platform's gonna lay out. He gotta keep these guys happy and busy. So I'm pretty sure he's willing to lend them out to, you know what I'm saying, ESPN, the top ranking, whatever. But again, like some of these names that we mentioned that was over there, they already turned it down the first time around, and it's like even at the Shakur's last performance, you still don't see. Well, I mean, I've seen Oscar say that Cepeda made, you know,
Yeah.
say William Cepeda made one or whatever. Okay, cool. But again, like I said, I think go back down the rankings again because again. You got to at least give those guys opportunity to want to compete, you know, saying for the WBC title. But if not, then you got to go the next best thing, and probably the easiest thing to do is probably make a Navarrete Stevenson fight.
We
But
I just hope
I'm with it.
I just hope
we
they
gotta
do what you
definitely,
said. I just
definitely.
hope they
But
do
wait,
what you
but
said
wait.
and they go down the
Listen,
line first.
Yeah, go down the line first and then go from there.
but listen here.
Again,
Listen, li- you talking about okay. I think they're already gonna make the Navarrete fight. They've been talking about it too much, so they ain't
Word.
going down the line. And I don't know. Like I say, if Morataya, they should be speaking. Go ahead. What happened?
No, we just
Nah, we
laughing.
just
no, we
laughing
laugh what you
What
because
happened?
saying
we
right
laughing
now.
at what you said because you said
I'm
they
just
ain't
telling
going
like
down the
that.
line.
If people are gonna complain about it, but again, like I said,
No.
they went down the line
Oh,
before these guys who won it.
okay. Yeah. Because like I'm saying, I'm figuring, the marketability of everything.
For
So
sure.
that's why they're not going down the line. And I figure it's incumbent on Morataya and them if they really believe, which he a high ranking guy and a lot of prospect on people got a lot of hope for him. So it's on them. But the thing too about it, far as the glitz and glamour guys, we gotta stop. We either gotta boycott Tank or we gotta do something because he's at the pay-per-view type. Shakur is approaching that. Devin is approaching that, and I like the Rayo fight for him too. But since we talking about them guys fighting in the them guys, he need to make them pick them guys. He
Yep.
talking all this stuff. He can knock them guys out. He doing this. He need to do that. He need to pick them guys. He needs to pick them guys. And I want to say it's like this. Now I know they super worlds apart, and we just can't. But Mayweather's went from Janero Hernandez to Angel Manfredi, man, in his first title defense, man, and he got on his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we gotta if we can't
We
get
ain't
them tight, the fight Tank, which is Tank, who is beautiful. He could go up in 40 and fight Devin. He could stay at 35 and fight Shakur. It's him, and he got all the money. He got everything behind him. We need to put more pressure on him to make these fights. You know, to at least pressure these guys to see if they turning down the fight. You know, we just gotta to wheedle that thing out. Other than that, with that being again, you know, Devin got some good prospects at 40. Tank fighting Rayo is a good, entertaining fight. Shakur fighting Navarrete is a good fight, being that they both stylistic and the kids, they everything they accomplished so far.
Yeah, I definitely
That's
like that
what my
fight.
take.
I hear you, B.
Which fight?
Shit, Tank and
Which
Shakur.
fight?
Or Tank and
Which
Shakur.
fight you won, there? Huh?
Tank Shakur.
That's the fight. And them niggas think that can listen, I swear to God. Cause like Shakur said, he even said I talk so much shit and then I didn't do what I supposed to do and they talk bad about me. Everybody talking. So we need to put them to the test. All you niggas talking, stop talking. You got all the stuff. Fuck Lord bless them, and I don't mean it in a bad way. The rest of them.
I mean,
Like
but there's only one
Pacquiao and
dude.
Mayweather did.
Is
Wait,
only
wait, wait.
Yeah. Now I
They
think about
went
it.
in.
I think
Listen,
that's the
listen, listen.
that's the biggest fight to
Pacquiao
make
and
at the
Mayweather's
division.
talk. Crawford and Bud is Spence talk. Tank and Shakur they need to go call each other on the phone. They need to get it together. Don't stop talking about where about what he said and put him on the phone. You on the phone. This is the biggest fight in boxing. This is the little giant. This is the biggest boxing. This is little giants fight. And they acting this is a little giants fight. And that's what we need to have. It's 2024. Stop playing. Stop playing. Give me, give
I
me,
mean, it's
give
it's
me,
really
give
it's
me
really
Shakur.
on Tank
Give me
toe.
Shakur and
He the only A
give
side.
me Shakur and give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna stop. Give me Shakur and Navarrete. Give me Tank and Rayo, and give me Tank and Shakur by the end of the term. For the year out. All right.
Shit, man. I
I'll
hope
take it.
I hope they listening, cause man, you know.
I'll take it.
He said, "Do they listen? Because they damn sure don't learn."
But
All right.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
you got Shakur and Devin who have fought better guys by the age of 25. He about to hit 30, and it's just like, bro, what we doing? You feel me? Like we know you like that. We know you that guy. You know you knocking out
Yep.
heavyweights and sparring, so knock out some lightweights or super lightweights. You feel me? Like
Right. Yep.
So what? I mean,
Yep.
both of you guys are fighters, and you have relationships with Bud. He's been an IBF champ on 2 separate occasions. What's your thought on the 10-pound rehydrations? Because you know right now Richardson Hitchens is kind of going viral because he suggested that if Tank fights Devin Haney, it should have a catch weight and rehydration because Devin weighed in at 140 and then rehydrated to 165.
Well, they've been. If
Wow.
I got a Ring magazine where they was talking about that about Arturo Gotti way back when Arturo Gotti was fighting about all the weight everybody losing because of the time frame that they got to. We just need to damn near go back to the same day weight,
No, the
same
hell
day.
we don't.
Be, be,
No, we do
because
not.
because a lot of guys
I thought they went
it's
away from it
becoming a
because
way
of
to
how unhealthy it
Nah,
was,
it's
Yeah.
though.
that's still dangerous too, because you got guys that still sink down and don't have enough time to put the weight back on them, and that's easy for head
so
injuries.
listen so
It's
listen this they fighting out of their weight
unless
class.
you
They need
fight
to
at
fight
your
in their weight
natural weight,
class.
but some of the guys don't do that now. They're not gonna want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's trying to find a way to bully and cheat in a way to where they're bullying. Fight in your
It's
weight
not.
class.
I wouldn't say cheating. It's
Fight
like you
Nah,
say,
in
maybe
your
having
weight
an
right.
class.
advantage.
But if they make the
Everybody's
weight,
you gotta
if
you
they
gotta
make the
adjust
weight,
because everybody's doing that. Everybody's adjusting. If everybody went back to like fight, like I say, Bernard Hopkins never get 10 pounds over his weight, fighting his weight. And then when he finally grew into that light heavyweight, he still was, you could tell he was a light heavyweight. You understand? So these guys is fighting out of their weight class. You gotta, if they losing too much weight, you giving too much time, man, boxing just soft now.
They're not
And
going like
everybody's
I'm
trying to
with
look for
Danny.
the
Like yo,
advantage. Everybody's trying to look for revenge. And
Bernie,
this,
Bernie.
yeah,
But
yeah,
if like I ain't no doctor, but nobody a doctor here, right? I thought they went away
no.
from same day weigh-ins because of how unhealthy it was and how much risk you're putting the fighters at.
yeah, and they still at the end of the day, you still
Listen,
put on fighters.
when you,
It's
when
going
you,
somebody's gonna still
when
find
you,
an advantage
when
either way you put it. It don't matter.
man, it been injuries in boxing forever. It's still injuries in boxing right now with the weigh-ins and everything like that.
But
It's always gonna be
what's the
injury in
difference
boxing.
in saying
People
the
just
same day weighing and the next and then the day before weighing in?
I'm just
you're
saying
gonna
if
have
if
the
if if, if we have to step on the scale, I make weight. Who give a fuck what the fuck I weigh the next day? And in reality, Jamel, how many times have you been weighed in the night of the fight? Because people talking about what he rehydrated to, like we know what the fuck people is weighing right before they step on into the ring. That's not a thing. I feel like I think that if it was a thing, we'd see a lot of people rehydrate in 20 pounds from morning of the weigh-in to the night of the fight.
Right. They're gonna figure
they
out a way.
do. They do. What you talking about?
I
That's
but
what they
Bernie,
gain.
Bernie, I know this.
All right.
Mel knows this. You know this. But the world is acting like Devin rehydrating 25 pounds is like some unheard of ass shit. But it's unheard of because the way in the night of the fight that doesn't happen. So though, even if you do hit the scale, when is that shit ever public?
My
Like,
thing is, this is my thing. Also, people forget. Like I said, I came out of Regis in the amateurs. Also, Regis was I think at the Olympic trials competing in the same weight class as Errol Spence, 152 pounds. So it wasn't like he was small, like he was a small junior. You know, what I'm saying junior welterweight either. Like, this is a dude I know for over 10 years. You know, what I'm saying he's to fight at 152 pounds, which is pretty much what you know, what I'm saying junior middleweight.
That's
If you
because
look
they
at
was.
it.
I understand that he was being, but as a pro,
Devin was moving
yes,
up.
he's a 40 pounder. As a pro, Regis Prograis is a 40 pounder. Now in the amateurs, they do that. They fight up, they fight heavier. You can get away with that more. But in the pros, yeah, you have to curtail your the way you was. Even like Shane, what he said he weighed about 150 when he fought, but had to make 135. So I could see that. Yeah, that's about the most right. I figure that. About maybe 10, 12 to 15 pounds after that. And then after that, you going too far. I think just me in my opinion. I don't know. I feel like like I say, a fighter they don't game. Things just different now. You don't things just different now. They
They
don't
say, yeah, they're different now, bro. That's
things just
it.
different now. They don't fighters ain't like they used to be. Them guys used to care about everything they did back then. Fighters they don't care now. They don't care now. So you them guys used to be in shape. You watch that thing about Marvin Hagler. That man was in the ice cold. He said the man was oh man. All right. So anyway, everybody trying to look there for their advantage.
Next
That's what.
topic.
So I think that's we need to figure fighting their weight classes and everything will be a little bit. They'll be happier too.
Bernie, we asked
They the
Jamel.
same guys that's down there. They'll be right up there with them. Go
Bernie,
ahead.
we asked Jamel what he wanted to see in 2024. He brought up, Bud at 54. What do you want to see this year, and what do you want to see out of Bud next?
I'm feeling like the same way he do. I feel like we want Canelo. You know what I'm saying? We obligated to fight Spence, and so we got to do that. That's got to do that. Other than I want to fight Canelo. Now, me as a person, we ain't got too much to do after that, unless you just like boxing. You just want to stay boxing, which I know he do. But the times is different now, and so what we gonna do? We ain't got no more landscape challenge except for Boots Ennis, and everybody want to see that fight, and that'll be the fight because it got a lot of excitement on it. But other than that, I want to see Canelo and get up out of there.
But
Shit, I want to see the Canelo
is
fight.
Bud ever fighting at 47 again?
They fighting for the titles at 47.
So the rematch is gonna be at 47.
Yeah, you heard Bud. The rematch at 47.
Okay.
Why not?
What you think of the Tim Zoo
I, I,
fight?
I think that's a great fight too. Also, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I apologize. We do got a lot of people in the landscape. We got him. We got Charlo. We got a lot of people to get up for. We still got about 4, 5 fights to have fun with. I forgot. I apologize. We sure do got a little bit. We still got a little more in the
I
tank
would.
to get ready for.
I'm gonna be honest with
That's
you.
that's you
I
right.
would
You
want to
right.
see. I would want to see. No, I mean I wanted your thoughts. Zoo at this point, you feel me, is now a
No,
world champ. But I feel that I would
them is
rather
all
see
good
y'all
fights.
fight. I would rather see him and Zoo over him and Charlo. To be honest with you.
I know, because Charlo coming off a sad note.
Right.
If Charlo would have came off a
Yeah.
good note with a bit good taste, but he ain't coming off with a super sour taste. So of course, that's what I was trying to tell him too. That even though he the champion, his public persona is down. So that's why. That's the only reason. In a book, we gonna get the championship, but in the people eye, which is more important, which is important, he looking like a sucker right now. So he got to get his game back up. He got to do something else to get that sensationalism, maybe beat Zoo and then fight us. And then we coming off something, say, what have you done for me lately? But the one thing I was thinking too, is where is Errol Spence? Where do these fighters, why in the hell do they go hiding all the damn time? I was just thinking, oh,
Okay.
where are they hiding? And I'm not trying to knock them. I'm just saying it's like, just because of that, you just like, nobody, you disappear from everything?
No, he was
That's
just in
crazy.
Alabama kicking it. I just
No,
seen him in
yeah.
He was
Alabama
just
kicking
who?
it. In
He
Alabama,
was
he
where?
was in Alabama.
In
He
Alabama?
popped up.
Yeah.
He just popped up recently.
Oh,
He just popped up again.
Yeah,
He just
he been
popped up.
kicking it. He
Yeah,
oh,
went on
he
vacation.
posted
He
he
said he was
posted a
back.
little meme that he back.
Yeah.
oh. I follow him. I ain't see nothing on him.
Nah, but
Maybe he
even
blocked me or something.
Bernie,
Nah,
even
yeah. I think
after
he
the
had,
fight,
his
even
daughter had a
he,
birthday party and
yeah,
everything. His daughter
he
had a birthday
posted
party and
that,
everything.
and even after the fight, like 2 weeks after the fight, he was in like, bro, like Ibiza or some shit. He was living.
No, I know he went on vacation. But I ain't like seen him in no events or nothing, or like I ain't seen him in no interviews. He ain't had an interview since the fight.
Yeah, no, I mean that's true. I don't think I've
So ain't
seen the
nobody. That's
interview.
what I'm saying. So all these places he been, he ain't been nowhere where no boxing people was at to be like interview him.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I know he ain't no Herman and just in the house, but he ain't nowhere where nobody could. Like I'm saying, we have not heard from Earl Spence since the fight.
I mean,
Besides him saying that in the interview after the fight. That's all.
oh,
I'm not knocking him. I'm
we
just
so we haven't heard him in the interview. You saying okay?
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. And
okay,
that's what
okay.
I'm talking about personal in the public persona. The people gonna see him and bother him, but he hasn't been on the scene like where they could be like, damn, okay, this is you out since the fight. But
Word.
I mean,
it's all good. I was
to be
just
fair though, to be fair, I feel like he was a guy that didn't do too many interviews like that anyway. You feel me?
Word.
Like even with Bud, I
uh,
feel like Bud turned up the interviews when things were when the ball was rolling for the fight, and obviously now since the fight he's been doing interviews and doing his media run, but I feel like that was more so in the last year and some change.
but listen this. When there's something off of that, somebody should have got the exclusive. Just like when Mike Tyson got beat by Buster Douglas, and just like when Buster Douglas, everybody they got the
Yeah,
exclusive.
Bernie, but that's on
They
the
got the
motherfuckers.
exclusive.
That's on the motherfuckers that's in our shoes to be in that position. You feel me? Like Earl got his guy that he go to, and you feel me? If his guy ain't been around, that's on them. Like I feel like
Yeah.
most of the
Right.
big names they got a media guy that they go to when they want to get shit off their chest. So it's like you got to be around.
Yeah.
Like if you ain't around or if you ain't, you feel me? If you only riding the
He
wave
wasn't
when the
at no
wave is
fight,
high.
so you all right, listen. If he'd have been at that damn fight, Brian Custer would have got in his face. If he'd have been at one of them fights, somebody would have been early setback would have been on his ass. He'd have been at one of them fights, somebody would have chased that motherfucker down. What's going on, Earl? What the fuck you been doing since the fucking fight? How you
Word.
feeling?
No
Nah,
All right.
look,
lies.
look,
No
I hear
lies
you.
told. No
I
lies
hear
told.
you. You know,
Nah.
I hear you. Obviously, if he would have been to a fight, I'm just saying. I've done
That's
plenty
what I'm
of.
talking about,
I've
Ness.
done
That's
plenty
what
of
I'm talking about,
interviews.
Danny.
Yeah,
That's
champ.
all I'm
But
talking
I'm
about, Danny.
saying I'm
You go to
saying
if I can't not go to
Bernie,
school because I got beat up
he
at
ain't.
school, I'm not gonna switch schools. I'm
I mean, you
coming
could
back
get
to school.
homeschooled. You could get homeschooled. That's not true, cause
But
I
that's what
know,
he's
but I'm
saying.
bro,
coming
He
back to
not
school.
built
I gotta
like that.
come
no,
He's
back.
saying
no,
he
for
coming
sure, for
back.
sure, for sure. But I'm
I'm
just
coming
saying,
back to school. I'm coming back. I
Bernie,
got I got out. I got beat
this
up. I was out
yo,
for a week.
Yeah,
I'm back
yo,
I
this
though.
know Bernie gonna
motherfucker,
talk, Danny.
bro.
You
Like
might
I
let
don't know what the
him.
fuck weed he smoke. You know, usually weed be having you cool, champ. But look, nah, Bernie. All I'm saying is I'm not disagreeing with you. If he'd been at the fights, somebody would have got him. I'm saying that the fights ain't the only spot. You feel me? Like I pulled up to fucking Nebraska to the Boys and Girls Club and to a parade to talk to Bud. I ain't go to the fight. You hear me? I went to Nebraska. So it's like it's on the people. To me, it got to do with the people that's in our shoes, wanting that exclusive and wanting to be in position.
Word.
And ain't nobody want to find out his thoughts. I better get my ass down there
Of
and find out
course,
his damn
but
thoughts then.
Yeah, the thing is that
Fuck.
is he gonna give you his thoughts? Like it gotta be somebody he rock with.
Ain't no Errol Spence done went up. That motherfucker stock didn't go down. His stock done went up. Hell
bro,
yeah, he
but
want to give his goddamn thoughts.
I'm
Shit.
just
Let me
Bernie.
tell you my
Why
goddamn
didn't he
thoughts.
want to
I
give
don't
his
know.
thoughts
I'm
when
just
he
talking.
was undefeated? Like, what outlet
When
was
what?
getting when he was undefeated? Why wasn't he giving like what outlet truly was interviewing
He
Spence?
blew up now. Errol Spence, he blew up. He was all right then. And he was still the man. But now
Bro,
he blew up.
the guy that
Nigga,
was
he
fighting
Errol
at
Spence.
Cowboy Stadium over and over and over just now blew up?
Yes. He was the yes.
Nah, champ.
Yes.
Let him
Yes.
know.
Y'all don't
Nah,
understand that? Y'all don't understand that?
Bernie, did his
Yes.
stock rise?
Yes.
Perhaps. Did he get more
Yes. His
Instagram
stock
followers?
rose.
Perhaps.
His
But
his stock
for you to
rose.
say that he just got put on or something like, come on, champ. How
Listen.
40 how
All right.
40,000 people coming to see you if you just getting put on?
Listen, I ain't saying Earl Spence wasn't popping. He just went up even more.
I agree with you, and
Even in
I
the
heard you. I
loss.
heard you,
I'm
B. I
saying when
heard
he
you.
was undefeated, it was one platform that was getting the Spence content, one platform that he was allowing into the gym, just one. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So
Hmm.
if like for me, right? Like for us, they say we Haney
Hmm.
and all this. Bro, you
Okay.
think I'm not gonna be in position to go interview Devin? You think I'm not gonna pull up to wherever the fuck? You think I'm gonna wait for him to
Okay.
come to a fight to interview him?
Okay. So what's the point?
The point is that motherfuckers is lazy, Bernie.
Or he not giving them access though. You gotta like
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I
Because
mean, yeah.
only
like
only
think
one
about it.
person,
Think about
was
it.
getting access.
Frank Martin only did 2 interviews. Thankfully we got one, but he did the Queens of
Of the
the
ring.
Queens,
Ring
yeah, the Queen,
first.
yeah, shout, yeah.
He
Okay. And this what
Shout
I'm
out to the
saying. And so
Queens.
that's what I was saying. This what I was saying. Why not? And I don't get it. I don't
Cause
get it.
you know
Why
what they
not?
gonna ask you. You know what they gonna ask you. What's wrong, Earl? You
Ask
ain't
me
look like
all the shit.
yourself. You ain't look like
Ask me
yourself.
all the shit. Ask
Internet
me all.
said you
Yo,
was high.
Bernie.
Internet
But you
saying you
want
had
him you
edibles. I
want
mean,
him
it's
to
I'ma
mad
tell the
answer
truth.
shit.
That
Bernie,
hey, hey, hey,
you
hey, hey,
talking for
hey, hey,
yourself.
listen,
You want
listen.
him to answer
Okay, hold
questions
up.
he was never answering before. Like you
Okay,
want him
listen.
to change. Like, bro, you want him to
No,
change after the loss. Like he wasn't the guy that it was all the cameras around him and trying to do
uh,
interviews in the mall wherever the fuck he went. He was never
that's not
him.
that's not what I'm listen. I know this y'all missing the whole thing. I'm saying both of these guys exploded in a way because the fight was such a big deal, such a hype, such
For
everything
sure.
was on into the fight, bro. They went into pop culture. That fight went into pop culture.
Absolutely.
Okay. Farrakhan did a speech on the fight. Now listen, it prompted so many emotions. They need to do a legendary nights on the fight. But the fight prompted so many emotions. That's why I'm saying they both became polarizing figures in that right, no matter how you slice it. In my opinion, and I'm saying is this. I'm saying is this. You it's been long enough and nobody has got to you to talk to you like, bro, you the missing compartment to this. Like, you've been through all this shit and how is it? We just want to know. Like, what the fuck is going on with you? We still love you. We just want to know. what the fuck is up? How you know
Word.
what I mean? So
Yeah, Bernie, but they
I'm
became
with him
no, for
100%,
sure. But
man.
they became polarizing figures, and you brought up Minister Farrakhan. You bringing up Farrakhan, and Farrakhan was pretty much in lack of better words, making fun of the way Spence looked in the ring. So what you're talking about two guys becoming polarizing figures, one for doing the ass whooping, and the other one for getting their ass whooped. You feel me? So
okay, I,
typic.
I get
Tell him
what you
they
understand,
got to be a
but
loser,
I
Bernie.
listen. I got you. I
And
understand that.
that's
I
stupid.
definitely understand what you're saying, but it's still respect for Errol Spence. Okay, he is
Absolutely,
still
Yeah.
okay. So
absolutely,
wait, so
His
wait,
base
so
is
wait,
absolutely.
his
so wait,
base
so wait,
behind him
so wait.
100%.
So Mr. Farrakhan, what he was not making fun. It was a plain fact. That ass whooping was a plain fact. Now that we said it was an ass whooping, it's not trying to be funny. It was just true.
I'm not being funny.
It
I'm
was
not
just
being
true.
funny at all.
So what I'm saying is this. So what I'm saying is this. That don't matter. Like I'll tell you this. Like and I'm saying I had this in my mind. I was thinking like when Floyd Patterson fought Sonny Liston, nobody wanted him to get the title because they he represented with gangsters and the black people didn't want to get him because they didn't think he was a righteous black man. All this stuff, nobody wanted to fight Floyd Patterson. And Floyd Patterson was not considered the guy to beat, but he was the people's champion, being that he lived the part, he was respectable, and he was a good champion. So nobody wanted Sonny Liston to get that to get to get the shot. You understand? Nobody wanted Sonny Liston to get the shot. Okay, so fuck you motherfuckers made me forget my fucking point.
It's
God
that
I knew
damn,
it.
weed.
I knew it.
It's the
I knew
fuck,
weed.
it. I
It's the
stood.
weed.
Stay off. Nah, I ain't
damn,
even gonna tell you,
fuck.
cause I
I'm
smoke like a
scared.
motherfucker,
But this
Bernie.
okay. No, that's what I was saying. Okay, so then
You was talking
I
about
got it. I'm trying to get my
two
point.
guys
So
fighting
listen.
before my
So
mother
he
was
fights
born.
the
Yeah.
guy. He gets knocked out in embarrassing fashion. He wearing a disguise. Floyd Patterson was wearing beards. He was in disguise, hiding. Why? So that's why I'm thinking this. I'm not saying that, like I'm saying, why are you going in the hide?
Bernie,
I don't know. I'm just
Bernie.
you
You gotta understand though a lot.
All
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
understand a
say,
lot ride on that fight too, especially his base alone. You know, his base alone thought that he was going to dominate
but
that
listen,
fight.
we
You know
talking
what I
about
mean? So
okay,
and people take things
but we
differently,
talking about
bro.
listen,
People
we
take
talking
things
about 6
differently.
months. We
Bernie,
talking
but
about
it
6
don't
months.
matter. It don't matter, bro. It don't matter. Have you ever lost somebody and you wasn't over it 6 months later? Like, bro, we all heal
Uh,
and deal with things differently. That's just
Yeah.
the bottom line. That's just the
Wait a minute.
bottom
Hold on,
line.
wait. You know what? I can't speak. Wait, listen. I can't speak for Errol Spence, but I only can know what he said. And you know what
He
he said?
human.
What he said? Exactly. And he said,
I
I
ain't
have
got no
seen myself losing.
excuses.
So I seen myself losing. No matter, I didn't see myself losing. Whether it was knocked out, dropped, beat, I see myself losing. He is a champion. And all I'm just saying, I'm not saying that he's hiding. Yeah, I'm not saying he's hiding. I just asked why
I'm
he
pretty
haven't
sure
been
that's
nowhere
verbatim what you
and this and
said.
that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure your words were verbatim were why Earl Spence been hiding since the fight.
Okay. But I didn't mean it. I'm not meaning it in a way like that. Damn, I'm not mean like it probably is hiding. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to him, but yeah, fuck. Yup, yup,
I ain't
yup,
trying to say he
yup.
hiding after
Nigga,
saying
you
that
ain't
he
been no
hiding, but
no, but I'm not
he
but listen to
probably
this. This is what I'm
hiding.
trying okay, wait. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying this. I'm saying this. If I was Earl Spence, like I said, man, he never everybody else did all the talking for him or whatever. Man, I hang my head high. I got my ass whooped. But I'm still gonna be here.
But
Where
but
else
look,
I'm gonna go?
you heard
Nigga,
what
I'm
you
not gonna
said,
go in no
Bernie.
hermit,
You
nigga.
heard.
I got
Did
my
you
ass
hear
whooped.
yourself? Did you hear yourself? If
What?
I were Errol Spence, which you are not, right?
Man.
I'm gonna end it on this. I'm gonna end it on this, Bernie. I'm gonna end it on this. I had a conversation with
He,
the
I'm saying,
fighter,
okay.
Bernie.
Don't
Hold
let me
on,
say if I
Bernie.
was Earl Spence. But wait. I missed my words. I missed my words up.
That's your
I missed my
Maybe.
fault,
words
bro.
up.
That's your
When I say
fault,
I,
bro. You
wait.
gotta you
When I
gotta
say
come with the
I, when I say
script.
I,
You gotta
when
come
I
with the
say
script next
I
time.
he doesn't have no reason to hang his head. That's all I'm saying.
But
He don't
Bernie,
have no reason to hang
you
his head.
don't know
That's all.
what the fuck he going through, what the fuck in his head, what you don't know none of that. Look, and this all I'm gonna say. I had a fighter that's fought on TV, that's been with a major promoter, that said over the summer, last summer, he said, man, The fuck Jamal Charlo complaining for? How he got mental health issues with all that money? And I looked at him. I said, yo, you ain't never even made 6 figures. What the fuck you know about the problems that come with that money? We don't know, bro. We don't know until we in them shoes, and none of us in them shoes.
Now, see that you talking about personal problems. I'm talking about from the fight.
It's pretty much
I'm not
Bro,
talking
the
about
mental
bro,
personal
it
aspect.
problems.
go hand
I'm
in
talking about
hand.
from the fight.
It goes hand in
The mental
hand.
aspect though. Like I said, a lot, bro. You know a lot. You know, bro. You was there in the build up. What
All right,
they thought
okay. I mean, all right,
you
all right, all right.
know what I'm saying, his side, what
Okay,
they
I'm
thought
not
he was gonna
okay.
just shoot, gonna run through Bud. And then the way it played out, I be fucked up too. Like, damn, I ain't. It wasn't even.
Look,
It didn't even come nowhere near to how it played out.
Bernie, and it's crazy. It's
That's
crazy
what I
because
said. And Mel, you sitting right here. Mel, you sitting right here, and you go, come on.
I'm talking about the
How
mental
you
aspect,
deal with it?
bro. I'm talking about the mental aspect. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
All
Everybody
right.
takes things differently, bro. Like saying, like for me, man, I sit there talk about my
yo,
PTSD, but I move differently. You know what
nah,
I'm saying?
Bernie,
I come out,
and
I come
and
out, yo,
and
I come
Jamel
out and
just hit
speak
it.
on things. Bro, you see me, Shakur. What that was one. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the way I performed, but at the same time, I took it differently. Instead of me shying away, I came out and embraced it. Other
Nah,
people,
but
but everybody, other people are different though, bro. Everyone's not the same.
Jamel just hit it on the head, Bernie. Look, man, I've been out the military. It'll be 2 years tomorrow. 2 years tomorrow, thank God, bro. I'm still dealing with shit to this day. I still deal with shit to this day from shit I saw 4, 5, 6 years ago.
I mean, we all do.
Bro, and that's like you be on the show all the
We
time,
all
Bernie.
dealing with everything.
For sure, for sure. So again,
We all
we all
dealing with
deal with shit differently though. We all deal with shit differently. Some people gotta go see a doctor, gotta take medication.
Right.
Some people gotta go talk to their pastor. So we all deal with it differently, bro. Like
I
we
don't know if
can't say.
they said again. Like again, I
All right,
even
let me
reached
say
out to
this.
him to see how he was, and
All right, let me say this. Let me say this then. Let me say this then. Let me say this then.
You've been
Let me
saying a
say it. Let
lot
me
of
put it in a
shit, and
different light.
then you like, oh
Hold
no,
on.
I didn't really mean to say that. You got
No,
my
no.
words.
No, no, no. No, no. You ain't even let me say nothing. You
Go
ain't let me
ahead.
say. Let me tell you this. Let me say. Errol Spence ain't everybody. Errol Spence belong to the people now. So now that's why. So let me say it in that way. Errol Spence belong to the people. If you listening, champ, you belong to us. That's why we want to hear from. That's why
That's
you should
right.
come out and say something. That's why you don't got no reason to hang
But
your head
all
because you're a
champs should be
champion.
like that.
We
Hey,
want to hear you.
hey, Bernie,
Phil
Bernie.
Donahue don't want to hear you. Bernie want to hear you. Mike want to hear
The
you.
guy, the
Bud
guy
want to
saying you
hear you.
hiding. The guy
All us
saying you
want to hear
hiding
you.
want to hear
The
you.
fellas in the barbershop, we want to hear from you because
Word.
you a champ. You a champ. We want to hear from you. We embrace you. You a champ. That's why.
I hear you, B. I hear you.
All
I
right.
hear you.
All right.
But I'm saying, like I'm with Danny, everybody's
You hear
taking
me,
things
baby?
differently.
You
Maybe he
belong to
needed
us,
time to
champ.
get find. You know what
You
I'm saying?
belong to
Maybe he
us,
needed
champ.
time to find his peace.
You
Maybe he
didn't
needed
win
time
up.
to find
They
his
Jamel
didn't win
trying
it
to
to the
identity.
angels
talk,
of
Bernie,
greatness.
Bernie. Jamel trying to talk, Bernie.
No,
We
I'm
let
saying
you
that.
I'm
talk
doing all the
anyway.
I hear you what
talking.
I'm saying.
Let
Like,
him
I'm
talk.
doing all the
Let him
talking.
talk. Fuck that.
I'm
Let him
only
talk.
one that
Let
talk.
him talk over you.
I'm only one that talk.
He said, I'm doing all the talking.
Go ahead, Jamel. Go ahead,
no,
Jamel.
I'm just saying that. Like I said again, Earl is a big name in the sport. I get it.
Hey,
I
no,
get it.
I love
I
you
get
guys.
it.
I love talking to you
I
guys. I
get it,
love
but at
you,
the
man. I
same
love you.
time, we just handle things a lot
All right.
differently in life. Like I said,
For
maybe
sure.
who knows? He
They
may come
understand.
back
We
out
all do.
now and start speaking more on the topic. Like I said, he probably just need time away. I'm pretty sure
Word.
he's gonna speak. I'm pretty sure he's gonna
Bernie,
now that he's
in the
back,
most
he's gonna
respect.
speak on
Nah, he been going
everything
too
everybody's been
long
asking
though.
for, bro.
Jamel, he been going too long. He got braids now. I mean, he been going way
I get
too
it though, but
long.
at
Thank
the
you,
same
Ness.
time,
Thank
hey,
you,
he
Ness.
back
Yo,
to fight.
Thank
Bernie,
you, Ness.
My
Thank
Bernie,
you,
man,
in the
Ness.
most, Bernie, in the
my man
Thank
most,
you,
I
coming
Ness.
got
back.
braids now.
Bernie though, Bernie, check it out though, check it out. In the most respectful way possible, in the most respectful way possible, because Bud been pound for
Hmm?
pound for years and years and years, right? In the most respectful way possible, what you saying that he belonged to the people, up until 15 months ago, the people felt the same way about Bud. We wanted to see him do interviews. We wanted to hear from him. We wanted to get an inside look, and we just got that 15 months ago. Now, granted, Bud
Hold
is.
on, hold on, wait.
Fucked up.
Oh my God. But listen, Bud did not get in no interviews because they was dogging him out in the newspapers.
And what the
He
fuck
didn't
you think
feel
they
like
doing to Spence now? What do you think is going on? Like, you literally said he in hiding, he incognito. You saying all these things. What do you think is going on with Spence? If they were saying that about Bud, who been knocking out motherfucker and knocking him out and knocking him out and knocking, what you think they saying about the dude that got knocked out and got his ass whipped?
Calm down, Danny. You high. You high.
Okay, now let me say this. Now let me say this. Those are two different dynamics. You understand? There are two different dynamics. Had Bud been getting a fair treatment where he felt like the newspaper, whoever was writing all them stories, it'd have been the same. All them people was writing them great stories on Errol Spence, and it went this way. However it goes, the fight after the fight is just like when all the big ones, man, Charlie Frazier, Tommy Hearns, him. It's
Bro,
after that we want to
you naming
know.
fights that was on the radio, not even on closed circuit TV, champ. Like, come on, that's not even relatable to most of the people listening right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, this shit
All I'm
ain't
saying
nothing
is this.
new.
Listen. After when you become with the people they want to know, I said we talking about I'm cold. You went to see Ali at the movie pictures. You went to see Ali Frazier at the movies. I said I tried to give you some history because I said Smelling and Lewis. Well, so what? They go look it up then, nigga. Talking about I'm telling them over their head. I'm telling you how big the fight was. I'm telling you how one man got devastated. I'm telling you how it took a hold of the people, and everybody want to know, regardless of the result, how you feel after the fact, nigga.
Yeah, but you talking about
Kind of
shit
That's
late for
during
it.
a
that.
newspaper era, bro. You talking about shit. You want him to be in people's face when the shit was in black and
No, I
white
ain't
and
said
you
I
had to
want him
read
to be in
words.
nobody's face. I didn't say I want
How
him to
else
be
you
in
doing
nobody's face.
interviews? How else are you doing interviews? You literally were
Man,
asking for him to be at the fights,
Danny, shut
Bernie.
up.
Yo, Danny, but
Shut
we
up
get
before I
it.
come out
Bernie,
there and kick your ass. I'm
man,
gonna
come out
spar
here
you. Shut up.
whenever you
Because
want.
you've been talking too much shit.
You invited to Las Vegas whenever you like,
Yeah,
Bernard.
I'm gonna
And
kick
then
your
what?
ass.
And then you
What's
know,
the next
Tell
and
Bo
thing?
then
to send me on the
afterwards,
flight. Tell
man,
Bo to pick the flight up. We going
man,
to
look,
Top Rank,
you
and
talking about call another
and
man to
tell
fly you
Devin to
out, man.
come
I
too,
ain't doing that.
so
I
he
ain't
can see
calling
me
no
kick
other
your
man to
ass.
fly you out, Bernie. But look,
Shout out.
afterwards, I'll take you to Hardin. I'll take you to Hardin. You feel me? I ain't you talking about call Pomac, tell him that I want to get flued out. Like, no, Bernie, I ain't doing that.
Shout out to B&B. Shout out to B&B, man.
Man, y'all toe up, man. Y'all burnt out. Hey, all right, I'm done. I didn't talk to y'all enough. I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for having me on. We'll talk.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it,
Yeah,
Bernie.
turn to the Bernie
Love,
show
man.
for real.
Love, Mel. Appreciate you. Love, Mel.
Love you, B, man. Love you, bro.
Mel, we going to get to some calls. We appreciate you as well, champ. Thanks for coming on with us.
Yeah, definitely. You was on like 2 hours, champ. Hey, make
Hey,
sure
Bernie
Ness.
took a eat. That's Bernie, though, man. He gonna take
Hey,
over the show.
Mel, make sure Ness sends you your cut for today's appearance.
Your wife going to be like, damn, you was working? I thought it was an interview.
For real.
Champ, to the next one.
YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.